I don't think. Oh yeah, maybe you guys can hear me now. Okay. Let me see if this. Oh my god, hold on. I got it on twice. And you heard it twice. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's a lot of. I get a lot of. I don't know how to stop that. I don't know if it's the mic, but I've had this consistent uh, problem with sound. It just goes. I don't know. I don't know what causes that sound, and there's like really no way to stop that. I have no idea. I've tried everything. Um. Yeah, give it. I'm gonna chill for a minute. Get in position. Wait for some people to show up. What's up, Unlimited Liquid? How you doing, man? Can you guys hear me all right though? Besides the background noise, can you hear? Well, I guess it's not even background noise. It's just like static and shit. Besides that, can you guys hear me speaking okay? And then I'm gonna try to put up this, play this video a little bit to see how well, if it's coming through the sound. Ooh, that's loud. Hold on. That's really loud, and it's not even coming through the sound here. Why do I have to set this up every time? Shouldn't OBS already know this shit? Speakers, yes. It's weird, it's so loud for me too. Okay. Now let me see if people can hear this now. Okay. That's bad. The problem is now the volume of my voice, right? You guys can't, can you guys hear me alright? It seems like it's gonna be low compared to the sound of the video I'm playing. Let me see if I can.
Oh yeah, you do sound low.
Yeah, see, that's a problem. I really don't know what to do about that. I've messed with this for so long with two different mics, and I really just don't know what the problem is. Alright, so let me get some gain on there. So I gotta boost myself up, but I have to do like a noise reduction thing, because if not, everybody's gonna constantly hear this like static thing with the boost on the gain. So noise suppression, we'll put that up. Alright, maybe that's better. I'm gonna be kind of loud maybe, but I think I've gotten the noise suppression down at least.
Is there a way for you to turn me down?
I could turn you down on Discord maybe. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm super loud on top of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe that's a little better.
Mhm.
I wish I knew how to fix that mic issue. I don't know if that's an issue with my computer or what, because if it's an issue with the computer, then I could fix that. But
Yeah.
we can get a new computer and fix that. But I wouldn't want to get a new computer solely for that, and then that doesn't even fix the problem, right? And it's like, fuck, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, what's the issue? Like, I really don't know what the issue is. Okay, let me load up this game. Some of my videos have been doing good lately. I've made some edits for Destiny stuff that worked out pretty well with the Tizzy edit
Yeah, those
stuff.
have been funny.
Those are funny, and the City by Karen stuff is pretty funny. And those have been playing pretty well in between my TYT videos. The problem with the TYT videos is that it's difficult to keep making those all the time because they don't always have videos that are fun to chop up, you know? Sometimes their videos don't have much going on in them, and like I've gone through some and go, oh man, I wish I could chop this up, and then I try and it's like, it's not that funny. Why am I gonna, like maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't want to push out content too much that is not, that it's like kind of like I'm forcing it, right? Like
Yeah.
if it's funny, it's funny, but I don't want to like force it to be funny too much because then it's gonna lose its funny, right? And it's like it doesn't work that way. They kind of have to naturally be funny in it too. Gotta make a redo of Tizzy the Wizzy. Yeah, if you guys see any content of him that you think is funny or something, you can send it to me. I'll see if if it's good enough for me to figure out how to put it together in a video and edit it, in a funny way. I'll definitely do it. I've been looking for more stuff. That's why I'm starting like the Alpha Edits series stuff. Looking for stuff outside of TYT to possibly edit. I have a couple of things I'm gonna be working on probably this week for that. I've collected a bunch of stuff from Lance the surf switch, I want to make a video of him leaving TYT. So I'm gonna put a thing together of all the TY, of all his what do you call that? All his appearances on TYT. And
Yeah.
showing that he was pretty useless, really, in the end, for them anyway. So who cares, right? So there's that, and then there was like the City by Karen stuff. Could be pretty funny to put together a video of all those like lefty the publication video sites, being wrong on it, right? Problem is, a lot of them I've taken it down by now, but there's a few you could still get. Like Vosh's one that he unlisted, I have. I've also seen Destiny react to it. I put that in my last Alf edits video of Destiny reacting to the City by Karen situation. Those could be interesting videos to just do like a compilation of these people's reactions while I edit and put like little funny things in there.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for more news about from mini golf. Put Karen from mini golf. Which one's that?
Oh, I heard about
Puppet
that.
Karen.
Yeah.
That's another one. There's a Puppet Karen. I haven't seen that. If you have a video on that, like post it. I guess I don't know if you could post links in here, but if you can, post it and I'll check that out. Putt Garrett. That's a new one. That's gonna be fun. What's funny is like a lot of these, to see which one of these channels learn their lessons and which ones don't. Like some will now still jump to conclusions before finding out, and some will be a little more cautious and wait. I think this time was TYT's turn, the main TYT. The other sub TYT channels reacted to it, but if you notice, the main TYT channel didn't. And I think they're starting to learn that they need to wait a bit, right? Like then not jump to conclusions. And if you watch my last TYT edit video, at the end I put the speech Anna gives about her telling the lefties to chill out and shit, basically. And she kind of brings that up. Like, maybe give it some time before we react. We shouldn't automatically assume, we're racist too. And she's even says that she's guilty of it herself, right? She's like, we're acting like racist too if we're also doing the same thing, right? And calling people white women, citing or always viewing as the white person being the bad person in a situation whenever minorities are involved, right? And it's not a bad point. It's good on her for growing up and figuring that out, although she has done many years of damage when it comes to racial interactions and shit, So it's like, yeah, good on you, but, also recognize how much damage you've done to the world with your, race vulturiness. All right. All right, give me a few more seconds, guys, and I'll get started here. Sorry.
No.
Coughing at him. Okay. Here we go. All right. But also, if you guys hear or see any like TYT clips that are funny and stuff, let me know, because I don't always have the time to watch all of their videos. I try to take some time to watch, like a row of videos for a while and in a day, like once a week or something, to see what they're talking about. But sometimes I miss good stuff, and
They're boring a lot of the time.
yeah, a lot of the time they're boring. That's what I mean. It's a lot of boring stuff to go through to find the good stuff, right? So if you guys are on Twitter or whatever social media and you see like somebody post a clip that looks funny from TYT, like let me know, and I'll see if I can find that video, and then maybe that's a good segment to cut up. But it's not always easy. I've noticed when I first started, it was at a good time. They were really ridiculous a lot. There was a lot of like Kyle Rittenhouse stuff going on, and there's just a lot of ridiculous shit. Yeah, and it was really fun. And they had a lot of exaggerated videos and lies and straw men and all this shit that you can make fun of very easily. But lately there's been a bit of a slowdown and a lull, right? And every once in a while there'll be a big story coming out, but then there's like a good gap of like 3 weeks that there's nothing, and then another big story will come out that they are freaking out about. Oh, shit.
Hey, Byron.
Hey, Kairu. What's up, man? I'm about to start this. This is the first one I'm starting with since we went through 1 through 9, and number 10 is, I guess, deleted on YouTube, and now I can't show it. You can find it on my Rumble, though, guys, if you want to see Volume 10. It's not allowed on YouTube, so it's exclusive to Rumble. Which, you know, I have like 12 people following me on Rumble, so who gives a shit? But, yeah, this is a compilation of the songs I make within the compilations themselves, right? So it's kind of a compilation of a compilation. It's all the TYT music. I do these every 10 videos, so I have 2 of these so far. I'm on my way. I think the next one I make is going to be number 28, I think. So I'm getting close to 30. I'm having the third one of these. Ooh, that's loud.
You're garbage.
Psychology of this mob violence. When I see it, like I don't even recognize some of these. They seem animalistic, is what I mean.
Yeah,
No, they're worse than animals. They're worse than animals because animals, they just kill to eat, you know.
We need a better option.
Human beings, they have a twist in them that makes them far worse than animals when they really get going. Well, I think you really want to know what I think? I think it's revenge against God for the crime of being.
It's too loud.
Damn. Well, I don't know what to do about that then. I look how low I have the volume on this. It's like almost almost zero. Like, I don't know what else to do about it. It's just the way it is, I guess.
It's just your mic is really low.
Yeah. And there's nothing I can do. The louder I put it, the more static you're gonna hear. So I don't have an option here of what else to do. I've tried. Yeah, it cannot be heard over the video. I've tried every option. I really don't know what else to do. I've asked people for help, and there's like nobody's giving me any help that works. Like what else can be done? Does anybody know? Like how I can make my mic louder without the static that's coming out also being louder? So I really don't know. It's just a constant static, and it's with every mic. So I thought maybe it was just the mic, and I tried a different mic, but then that mic is super staticky and loud. So it's like, I don't know. It's like Chris has the same problem with her mic. Her mic picks up everything in the room louder than her voice. So when she clicks to speak, you hear everything, every single little clicks and noise in the room, and then her voice comes through low. And I was like, I don't know why we both have that problem. And then mine on a separate computer, I have the problem that every mic picks up some static sound that I have no idea what it is. It's just a weird for some reason, and it has weird clicks and noises to it as well. I don't know what to do about it, except crank it up as loud as it goes, which I have now, but also use a noise suppressor to fade out the the hiss when I'm not talking.
Maybe it's like a certain mic or something like that people have. If anyone has recommendations, I'd be willing to look at them a little bit.
Yeah, I guess if you guys can crank up your volumes, I'm gonna try to lower the other volumes.
That's really what I think.
Not just lower the video, but then it's gonna be, everything's just gonna be low basically, and you have to crank everything up. Really don't know what to do about that. I've tried everything.
All my sacrifices went unrewarded. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's what it is at the bottom of the hell of things.
Try to follow along, Joe.
It's better, but you still have to crank up your volume to hear everything, right? Like, if not, you wouldn't hear anything. Like, I really don't know what to do about that. Now I can't hear you at all. Well, I'm sure they can, but I can't hear you myself. So now I gotta crank you up here, I guess. I'm trying to remember how I fixed my static issues. Yeah, I really don't know. It's very strange, and neither of us know how to fix it. I've tried a bunch of stuff. I've gone to a bunch of sites and tried to check out what can fix it, and I've tried everything. Right now OBS, but the static goes on with. I'm streaming through OBS, but it's not an OBS issue. It happens on everything. On Discord, people don't hear it because Discord automatically filters it out. But if I cancel the filter off of Discord, you'll be able to hear the clicks and noises. The only reason people, like I said, the only reason people don't hear it on Discord is because Discord has an automatic noise suppressor that filters out noise. But that's why I'm saying, for you guys to hear me on this OBS, I have to use OBS's filter to noise suppress the static, and then crank up the gain a bunch so you guys can hear me when I talk. But when I don't talk, if I don't put that noise suppressor, you're just going to hear a real loud, the whole time that I'm not talking.
It's like internal sound. It's like, I feel like we could turn off everything in the room as well, and it's not not anything else like that. It feels like it's coming from.
No, it even happens. Actually, you know what's funny is it even happens. The mic itself has an off switch, and if I hit the off switch on the mic, the static still picks up without me talking. If I talk, the mic doesn't pick up my voice, so you don't hear my voice. All you hear is static. So it has to be a different issue beyond the mic and beyond the software of OBS and stuff like that, right? Because even when I click off the mic, it still picks up static. Might be able to lower the video volume through. Yeah, that's what I just did now, but it's still that's what I'm saying. But now everybody who watches my videos has to crank up their volume to hear everything, right? Because everything's just super low, while I have things cranked up, right? My mic is cranked up all the way with the gain all the way up and a noise suppressor on it, just so you can hear me at a normal volume. And then everything else I have to lower all the way, right? Like, it's crazy. It's so weird. I don't know how to fix it. But like, either when mute, then it might be a connection issue. That's what I'm thinking. But what would be the connection issue? I don't know. And it's like I have this mic I'm using now is like a cheap one though, but it's like the one that yeah, Chris is echoing because you can hear everything through Chris, right? It's really weird. So anyway, an account of it being my phone, yeah. So I guess that works for people on their phone. But, yeah, there's not much of I don't know. I haven't figured out much of a fix of it, so I don't know. It's weird. Well, at least on phone, if people have their volumes maxed, it works fine.
We'll figure it out.
1% issue in America. Fuck. Even half that language.
I don't remember what I have to do here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll work it out one day. Maybe it's like an update I need or something. Boo doo doo. Doo 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 doo.
But white Christian males, they must rule.
God, Jenk is such a freak. Oh shit, no!
How much of a groomer and pedophile is Joe Rogan?
Douche. There's nothing with that. Doop, 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 doop. Fucking Jake, man. He's such a weirdo. Oh, it's the gay people.
But then I saw the video. I was like, come on, that's too fun. Then I crack, I tap, and I tap, crack, 4 over 3, 8 over 7, and then
Classic.
Open up the bottle and I drink it, and then 12 over 13, tap, crack. Like, then I crack, I tap, and I tap, crack, 4 over 3. Then I crack, I tap,
Okay.
and I tap, crack, 4 over 3.
I got this.
Open up the bottle,
Ooh.
tap, and I tap, crack, open up the bottle, drinking, and then
Ooh.
you know, tap crack. Like, dude, I got it. You've been working that. I got it. So I didn't go and like,
Oh, how do I
I'm
get
gonna
up there?
Tap and rock and
Oh,
break
shit.
his finger. Then I crack. Then I crack.
Shit, I don't have. Oh, I do have that.
See, the Democratic Party is led by.
It could be slightly louder, see? I'll put a little bit louder. I feel like you could probably hear it through my mic too. Let's see if I can lower it here. Nah, maybe not. Yeah, look at the audio input, and I have the volume always up. And I turn off the mic one. And I had the mic off for a bit, and it's still like showing the volume going off the charts. Yeah, it's like some internal issue or something. It's very strange. I've never experienced anything like this. It started like a month ago or something. Hasn't stopped.
Testing kits. We will be
Maybe we
sending
can
you
talk to someone from the
hot
geek
dogs.
squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange sign in favor of pink sign.
Well, thank you, Plick, for helping us.
Piggy goo.
I like hot dogs. Yeah, I know this is disaster because I do like hot dogs, and I don't know what. See what's in it. That's why there's that old saying about you don't want to know how the sausage is, right?
Piggy goo.
I like hot dogs.
Let's talk about what's in your meat. I do
I bet he
love
likes hot
expensive
dogs.
sausage.
No, that's a good point.
Might as well guzzle down some like
Piggy goo.
I like hot dogs. You don't want to know how the sausage is, right?
Piggy goo.
The Republican comes out and says, I've got all the teachers, teachers need to show that you all need to be Rambo. Teachers need to show that you all need to be Rambo.
They all need to be Rambo, he said.
details do matter because this stuff is caught on camera. You do see it in the video. Someone taking a skateboard and
That's when
hitting,
she admitted she was wrong
Rittenhouse
about
over the head
Rittenhouse.
with it as he's on his back. But I was wrong about that. Okay, so I want to correct the record. I was, in fact, wrong about that. And I haven't seen this video yet, but it was already, you know,
catch it.
New York, but I was wrong about that. Okay, so I want to correct the record. I was, in fact, wrong about that. You know, New York. I haven't seen this video yet.
Not near. I don't know why that makes me laugh.
But I was wrong about that. Okay, so I want to correct the record. I was, in fact, wrong about that.
Wrong about a lot of things.
Okay, if you don't want a black teacher teaching your kids, you are the definition of a racist. Let alone when you say things like, we're gonna hunt you down. We're gonna hunt you down. Let alone when you say things like, we're gonna hunt you down. We're gonna hunt you down. That's exactly what the Klan said. That's exactly what the Klan said.
That beat goes so well. That's the rhythm of what he's saying. Exactly what the Klan said.
As a black person, we're gonna hunt you down. That's exactly what the Klan said. And look at them, they're all egged on by Tucker Carlson. We're gonna hunt you down. That's exactly what the Klan said.
We're gonna hunt you
That's
down.
exactly what the Klan said.
No,
Oh, we gotta get this on tape for our Klan leader. The Grand Wizard's gonna be so happy.
That is pushing out this poison into America every day. Poison.
I did this later again, even better in another video. I guess that'll make it into the next compilation.
during the global pandemic that has killed over 1 million Americans.
An important twist for folks who don't know: sodomy means anal, or sodomy means anal or oral sex.
That's right.
And it doesn't say anything about gay or straight. Anal or gay or straight.
Gay or straight. Anal or gay or straight.
It's just the word sodomy. It could apply to either anal or oral sex. Receiving or giving oral sex in Texas, gay or straight.
Butt love, dairy or delights.
Oral sex. Anal or
Oral
sex.
sex.
And then the older opponents like, yes, I want to do that. Right? Because they're Christian zealots and they're like, no, my God says you have to do this and you can't do that, and I can't wait to bust into your house.
Because when I think of luxury lifestyle choices, I think about like
Jet setting.
think about going on a
Yacht.
Oh yeah, this is good.
no. For them, I think about like
Jet setting.
think about going on
Yacht. Yacht.
a buying coffee
Jet setting. Yacht. Yacht.
and not making your own coffee. Luxury lifestyle choice. Paying $15 a month for Netflix.
Yacht. Yacht.
Luxury lifestyle choice. If you just save that extra $15 a month, maybe you can buy a $1.5 million home. I think about like
Jet setting.
think about going on a
Yacht. Yacht.
you can't. Is trying to signal to his audience that he understands the economic frustrations, the same economic frustrations that he has supported. All right. Throughout his entire career, that he has pushed
I'm sorry.
throughout his entire career. He has supported the very politicians who have put office over the lives and livelihoods
Oh
of
my
fellow
God, look how
Americans.
this
But don't
ridiculously
worry, he
dumb.
understands the frustrations. All right.
Young
white male shooters who decide to open fire and cause
doesn't go
mass
straight. I thought it
deaths in this country. He understands. He understands. And
I get that one.
Knives and swords and daggers. Knives.
Those are the ones that are missing. Those last few were the ones that were missing from Volume 10 that got banned from. As I saw, if you didn't see the jet setting yacht one, like the people like that one a lot too. That sucks that I lost that video because I had a lot of views on it, but I had like 5,000 something views on it, I think. But oh well, it's on Rumble if you guys want to see that whole one. So now we move on to Volume 11. Nice. Oh yeah, this is a good song. I already have it. Where am I going?
Appear forthwith and show thyself to me.
Oh.
I conjure and command thee, prince of darkness.
Nothing up here. Oh, I guess it's
An Ohio man is being charged with the rape of a 10-year-old girl who needed to travel out of state to Indiana for an abortion. The case drew national attention and also drew a lot of scrutiny in the wake of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade.
That's right. The man that you saw in that image is 27-year-old Gershon Fuentes, who raped a 10-year-old and then impregnated her. And when she was pregnant in the state of Ohio, where she was unable to get an abortion, her family had to travel to another state, Indiana. In order to get an abortion, so she wouldn't be
I guess not.
further victimized by forced pregnancy and forced child delivery, giving birth to a rapist child. I want to just make sure you keep in mind, we're talking about a 10-year-old.
That kind of suck.
I was like 80 pounds when I was 10 years old.
And I want you to keep that in mind as we later discuss what a woman's body goes through, what a person's body goes through
as she is
delivering
a baby. Now, before we get to that, though, I want to talk about
all of the right-wingers
who seem to have a
just
significant
barely.
interest in
denying
that this story was real. But we didn't know anything about the perpetrator either, and that was exactly what the right wing exploited to try to throw cold water on this. To make it seem as though, no, this is impossible, this is just made up, to try to throw cold water on this. To try to throw cold water on this. To make it seem as though, no, this is impossible, this is just made up. The left wing is using this to politicize the issue of abortion, of rape, of the brutality that the right wing is inflicting on women and girls in this country.
Oh, there's another one.
And girls in this country. To try to throw cold water on this. To try to throw cold water on this. Abortion, of rape, of the brutality. To try to throw cold water on this. And girls in this country. Now, let's get to the individuals who seem to have an interest in discrediting the story in the first place. Let's start off with Jesse Waters, who had a woman by the name of
Megan Fox from PJ Media
to try to throw cold water on the story.
Try to throw
cold water on this.
No one has called me to say you're wrong.
You're wrong, and you're a grotesquely ugly freak.
The story is corroborated.
They have a skull on display that is clearly a dragon.
There is a police report.
Like their idea of, oh, well, dragons aren't real. No, this isn't real. This is something they've just made up.
This is a horrific story being used to divide Americans, being used to outrage people, being used as a political weapon. And that was one of the main red flags to me, Jesse.
So there she is. Trying to discredit the story because no one's responding to her request for comment. When it was later confirmed that this was in fact a real story, she didn't take any responsibility for her lies, for her efforts to discredit the story. She immediately tweets in response to someone who tells her to delete her account and calls her a hack because she is.
That is clearly a dragon.
She says, quote,
I should delete my account for exposing that no media was looking for a rapist and was only interested in political weaponization of child rape. Would this arrest have happened if no one asked questions about the shoddy reporting of this heinous act? I'm glad someone was arrested.
Yeah, the police referral was actually made on June 22nd. So Megan Fox, you're not a hero. If anything, you support a political ideology that brutalizes
That's so crazy.
young
This
girls
lady's
and women
name's
in
Megan
this country,
Fox
and you're
too.
disgusting person for doing it. Jake, go ahead.
Like, what the hell is happening? It's like, why is Megan Fox doing this?
You guys are politicizing abortion. That's what the Republican Party's been doing for the last 50 years. They've been on a warpath. They told every one of their voters, don't worry about any of the other issues. Don't worry that we're robbing you blind. We're going to keep your wages low. Vote only on abortion. And now they turn around and say,
I can't believe you're politicizing abortion.
Okay.
Don't make it illegal and doesn't have to be political at all.
It's just the most absurd thing you've ever heard.
You know what politicizes abortion? Having right-wing, grifter, culture warrior Republican lawmakers get in between right-wing, grifter, culture warrior Republican lawmakers. Get in between right-wing, grifter, culture warrior Republican lawmakers. Get in between women and their doctors. Get in between.
Okay.
Girls and their doctors. Get in between right-wing, grifter, culture warrior, Republican lawmakers.
Okay.
Get in between girls and their doctors. That is what politicizes this issue. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
The whole time,
this story because it makes
that
them
whole
look
song,
like
Cenk is
monsters.
trying to get to
You know
talk,
why?
right? He's like,
'Cause
okay, get in
Their
between.
position is she should not have been allowed to get an abortion. That 10-year-old should have somehow carried. She's just 10. Birth is very, very difficult, and they're saying,
I don't care. I don't care.
these are the This is
I don't care.
pro-life, right? So they're monsters. They're absolute sick monsters. So they're monsters. They're absolute sick monsters. So they're monsters. They're absolute sick monsters. So in order to cover up, like, it didn't happen. I don't believe it. I was like, it didn't happen. I don't believe it. I was like, it didn't happen. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I mean, look, as soon as that story
Little
came
Anna.
out, why was the first instinct to discredit that story?
When in reality, I mean, their first instinct should be to defend the laws that are now in place in Ohio.
I mean, shouldn't you be defending it?
Yeah, Anna.
Shouldn't you be defending
Shouldn't
it?
you be proud? I mean, this is what you fought for 50 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you finally got it. So shouldn't you be out there going like, yes, yes,
Make that 10-year-old have the rapist baby.
yes, yes.
Hey, it's your law, not my law. I hate the law. You say it was your whole reason for existence for a lot of your voters. The only reason they ever voted.
This is so important to them. Aren't you offending your voters who want this kind of vicious action against 10-year-olds? It's not my goddamn law. It's your goddamn law. Yes. Yes.
The right wing in America relies on politics of fear, politics of
Misery.
Think about it.
No, thank you.
Just briefly.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Sorry.
Now, if you're an adult woman, you've been planning a pregnancy, you're excited to have a baby, you
You're an
are
adult woman.
mentally prepared for it, you're educated about it, your body, since you're an adult, is likely far more prepared to give birth to a baby.
I was like 80 pounds when I was 10 years old.
Okay, then let's talk about what the child, when you're delivering the baby, what is that like?
Oh, God.
When a 10-year-old who had been a rape victim and got impregnated by that rapist, would she be forced to do this through a
Vaginal birth?
No, think about it. I want the right wing. I want everyone to think about it.
I know it's super uncomfortable. It's disgusting.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So then one of the guys who didn't believe it. So Jim Jordan's a particularly interesting one. He's like,
Oh, like there was sexual abuse and it didn't get reported.
Oh my God.
Jim Jordan was a wrestling coach when a doctor on that same team sexually molested dozens of wrestlers. And a lot of them have now come forward and said, yeah, Jim Jordan knew. For a fact, he knew. We told him, can you please get him to stop molesting us and the students? Us. Now, it's not surprising that he says
Why did he
cares
say
about
it?
the 10-year-old. Because he's been abusing kids and helping to abuse kids his
whole life. Okay.
And he, But then he says,
"Oh no, I don't even believe it."
They are
disgusting people.
So the Joe Bidens of the world and every stupid reporter in Washington keeps saying,
"Oh, bipartisanship is so important. You need to hold hands with Republicans and say how great they are."
No deal. No deal.
We need to fight Republicans and we need to beat Republicans. If you see a Democrat kissing a Republican's ass, know that they are not on your side.
Go fight them. These people are goddamn monsters.
Thanks for watching the
goddamn
monsters.
Don't worry that we're robbing you blind.
Yes!
Make that 10-year-old have the rapist baby.
Yes! Us.
Us. I remember this on The Bachelor.
This week about fantasy suites. And his whole talk was, I made fantasy suites, and if they had slept with anyone, I would walk out and leave. Okay. I can't believe this is happening. When I came into this, I didn't want to look like a girl that just got brought to fantasy suites. And, you know...
Almost sexualized in a way?
New reports reveal that police officers in Arizona who were supposed to be investigating...
Almost sexualized in a way? Oh, yeah? You mean like how you were doing to the men?
Soliciting sex acts in the
What a double standard.
massage parlors that they were investigating.
Bring it on!
From the very victims that they're allegedly trying to protect.
So let's assume for a second the cop is not lying. Hilarious, I know. And let's assume that was his first time.
How about the other 7 times?
Oh my God.
Were you also nervous on the 6th time? On the 6th time. Oh, I didn't know what to do, and she had already started, and I suppose I reached the conclusion. And were you also nervous on the 6th time? On the 6th time. On the 6th time. Oh, I didn't know what to do, and she had already started, and I suppose I reached the conclusion. And were you also nervous on the 6th time? On the 6th time. On the 6th time. My God, golly gee, I didn't know what happened on the 6th time. On the 6th time, and I still didn't know what happened on the 7th time or the 8th on the 6th time. My God,
I cut this one pretty good.
what happened on the 6th time. On the 6th time.
That little dance shuffle he does with his hands is so funny to me.
Okay, and I mean, the first one is the weakest excuse I've ever seen. I mean, I think they take credit cards, but let's try to
cares what form of payment it is? Okay, but then we went in to see
Little
if they take, cashier's checks. We didn't know if they took cashier's checks.
You know, gotta make sure. Gotta make sure.
You know, we thought, can I get messages to you through MySpace? I don't know. I was trying all these different angles. These guys are a joke.
Okay,
yeah.
A Walgreens employee refused to sell a married woman a box of condoms, citing his religious beliefs in denying the sale.
It's a married couple. She forgot to pack some condoms. Okay? It's vacation time.
A little loving. You don't want to get pregnant. Totally get it.
The manager, this blows my mind. The manager comes. The cashier, John, who's refusing to sell the box of condoms to a married woman,
demands that he gets logged out of the register. So he's not in any way even digitally connected to the sale of the condoms.
Manager does it.
So,
this is such a non-story.
Do
I
the
remember
transaction.
this.
The woman is able to get the condoms.
It's hilarious how much of a non-story.
But it is outrageous because if you don't want to see blood, maybe don't be a surgeon. If your faith makes your job impossible to do another job. Go be a priest somewhere. Go be a nun somewhere.
Yeah.
Go do missionary work. I don't know. I don't even care.
Go do missionary stuff.
So, I don't know what John's religion is exactly, but
face.
Step down, resign. This is not the job for you.
What's even more infuriating, though,
What's with that
is that
face?
Walgreens decided to release a statement backing up their employee.
These companies never back up their employees, ever.
But you just said they just did.
For anything. They don't want to pay their employees a decent wage. They don't want to take care of their employees with decent benefits.
That's odd. You just finished saying they back their employees.
This is when they step in like, no,
we're looking out for our employee.
By the way, who knows what she needs a box of condoms for?
Right? I don't know.
Clarence Thomas wants to know whether
Who
you
knows
and your
what she needs a
partner
box of condoms for? What do you think it's for, Anna? That's the interesting question is, what do you think it's for?
Clarence Thomas won't have it.
Clarence Thomas sitting there in the Supreme Court thinking about whether or not people are engaging in
oral or anal sex.
Like the disgusting creep that he is, Mr. Pubic Hair on a Coke can. Disgusting. Oral or anal sex. Oral or anal sex. Mr. Pubic Hair on a Coke can. Like the disgusting creep that he is. These people are perverts. Oral or anal sex. Disgusting. Clarence Thomas sitting there like the disgusting creep that he is, Mr. Pubic Hair on a Coke can. In the Supreme Court, thinking about
oral or anal sex.
It's disgusting.
Oops. I think I left.
I'm not having it. We need to fight back aggressively against this garbage. And the fact that Walgreens stood up for that?
What about your other employees? I hope you stand up for them when they decide they don't want to do their jobs.
But they won't.
I'm sure if they turn down a mandatory or some sort of, oral or anal sex, if they turn that down, I'm sure they'll get fired for that.
It's unbelievable.
I don't even care.
It's unbelievable.
Major corporate media outlets like Politico and New York Times would have you believe that everything is actually going stupendously. As women's rights are being stripped away from them here in the United States, as inflation is crushing working people in this country.
Politico just wants you to know the only thing that we need is for wage growth to slow down. We just need it to slow down. That's it. And then everything will be fine. This is what hard news reporting looks like in Politico.
Yeah.
The Federal Reserve making it more expensive for corporations to borrow money by increasing interest rates is really bad, and we want them to stop doing that. And so a good way to get them to stop doing that is if we just lower wages. Please, can we do that? So here's our argument.
Yeah, and by the way, that totally defeats the point of your entire article. Is so if prices keep rising even though wages aren't, then obviously the wages aren't doing.
So your answer is, but don't increase wages so it can keep up with rising prices.
They're super frustrating. You know what the headline of that article originally was? And
I don't. What was it originally?
They had to change it because they got so much pushback on it. But the text is the same exact thing. The original title was, "Pay raises are getting smaller. That could be a good thing for workers."
Oh my God.
Like that was the headline. It's a big blaring headline, okay?
Amazing.
Because they, in their Alice in Wonderland alternate reality of establishment Washington, they think,
oh, wages rising is the worst thing. I mean, letting the masses have a little extra wages?
No, they should know their role. Only the lobbyists get all the money.
Look, listen,
And by the way, today, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon complaining, oh, they're not letting us do as much stock buybacks. And so this is hurting us,
baby.
not fair.
Poor baby.
This is hurting us, not fair.
Poor baby.
No. More punishment for the workers. More punishment.
Yeah, not
higher prices, lower wages.
Not manipulating the stock market enough.
And poor Jamie Dimon. Oh, did you hear some rhetoric about maybe reining that in a little bit? Don't worry, Jamie, you control the country. We all know. So you'll get what you want.
I guarantee it.
These people are sick. They're sick. These people are sick. These people are sick. These people are sick. They're sick.
That top she wears is weird, right? It looks like something out of like the 1800s and shit. She's out in some prairie somewhere reading a book by candlelight.
The facts in there are true, but they are enormously misleading because they constantly do sleight of hands. They go,
well, the developing world is doing much better. Their, infant mortality is down, wars are down.
So the job of the editor at the New York Times is deceive all of
all
your
of that
readers.
is true, though.
It's all okay.
Like when
Don't take
infant
any
mortality's
action.
down,
Just
there are
everybody be
things.
civil. Be civil.
Things are
Don't
pretty
do
good
anything. No
now
change. Change is
compared
radical.
to
Change is
the
radical.
past.
Overall, making tons of money. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Wages lower, everybody. Wages lower. Corporation profits higher. Yay, New York Times.
No, they should know their role. This is hurting us. Not fair.
Poor baby.
No.
Poor baby Jamie Diamond.
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're a big enough sponsor. Come to Big Bill Hell's Car. Bad deal. Cars at breakdown. B, if you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill, you can kiss my ass. It's hard to believe that you're such a stupid motherfucker. You'll fall for this bullshit. Guaranteed. If you find a better deal, shove it up your ugly ass. You heard us right. Shove it up your ugly ass. Bring your tray. Bring your time. Bring your wife. We'll fuck her. That's right. We'll fuck your wife.
Then we have this abortion activist acting as a doctor with a history of failing to report. So we're gathering the information, we're gathering the evidence as we speak, and we're going to fight this to the end.
The man you just heard from is Indiana's Republican Attorney General, and he says that his office is now planning to investigate the gynecologist/obstetrician who has performed an abortion on a 10-year-old rape victim from out of state. Now, the Republican Attorney General in Indiana, Todd Rokita, has decided...
Maybe this abortion doctor is the person who needs to be investigated here.
Because there's much more concern about
demonizing
and going after her, the doctor here, rather than maybe recalibrating their approach when it comes to these anti-abortion laws. This crime was obviously reported to the authorities, which is why Gershon Fuentes, the 27-year-old rapist, has been arrested.
And
I just think it's fascinating that they want to go after the doctor. It's just really interesting priorities here. Everyone knows, homeboy. Everyone knows. Including you. And your number one reaction is...
Wait, are people getting abortions in my state, in the state of Indiana, including 10-year-old rape victims?
So,
what are you doing, homeboy?
Homeboy.
Got a bunch of rapists running around. Got a bunch of rape kits that are
because they raping everybody out here.
Doesn't care.
He knows, homeboy.
Obviously.
So, report.
No, it was already reported.
Anna calling upon her inner Antoine
Dobson.
Dobson.
It's a goddamn lie because honestly, almost every Republican politician in the country is a massive liar. You should always assume when they open their mouths that they're lying.
Their mouse.
Then he says, "Oh well, it might be a HIPAA violation, violating that girl's privacy." It's the same guys who were saying yesterday.
They mouth.
Oh, we don't know who it is.
Open your mouth.
Show us who it is.
Shut up,
I can't believe it. They
don't open your mouth.
Now, by the way, they did not violate their privacy. They showed
don't open your mouth,
the
bro.
rapist was arrested. They showed the rapist, not the girl. But it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna cry. They're filthy liars.
So they just go out there and go, "Oh yeah, HIPAA violation. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah." First they want the HIPAA violation, then they pretend that they care about it.
You love women being brutalized like this.
They love it. They love it. That's why every talking point you hear out of their mouths is not about.
Look at how stupid they are.
They love it. They love it. That's why every talking point you hear out of their mouths is not about ensuring that this 10-year-old girl is not victimized.
Look at how stupid they are.
They love it. They love it. By their policies, by rapists, everything they say is meant to demonize the doctor.
You love women being brutalized like this.
Stupid they are.
You love women being brutalized like this.
The doctor in Indiana that did the right thing in ending this pregnancy.
I mean, look at how stupid they are. Yes, if you're a Republican and you believe that there are Marxist Democrats that are elected officials
Hilarious.
at the national level, you're an idiot
Of the highest order. There's not one that's even close. There's not one within miles and miles.
Marxists and socialists are doing this.
When you say that, what you're saying to the world is, "I'm a moron. I'm a moron. I'm a moron.
I'm a moron."
And I don't know anything about politics. I don't know anything about what labels mean.
Marxist.
Okay, then he goes on to say,
"You don't know what a Marxist is?
Politicize for the gain of killing more babies." Okay, you guys politicized abortion for 50 straight years. You gotta vote. You gotta vote based on pro-life. Pro-life, you gotta vote. Who cares? You gotta vote. You gotta vote based on pro-life. Pro-life, you gotta vote. Who cares?
Give me your money. We're gonna give it all to the rich, but you gotta vote on abortion.
Now you're talking about politicization? Get the hell out of here.
So he says that was a terrible crime helping that girl. You should have forced that 10-year-old to have a birth.
Either, as Anna explained earlier in the show, a vaginal birth, which would, for a 10-year-old, have you met 10-year-olds? What would that do? Are you insane? Or a C-section when you rip her insides out to get a baby?
For a 10-year-old. For a 10-year-old.
For a 10-year-old. And he thinks that's awesome. He thinks that's great. That you should punish 10-year-olds who are
Punish
raped like
10-year-olds,
that.
yeah.
And he says,
That's what
and
people are
it's so
saying.
bad to try to help her that he's willing to imprison the doctor who helped her. Republicans are monsters. Republicans are monsters.
They're terrible, immoral people.
They have no morals. They have no empathy for anyone else. And Anna proved definitively to you guys that this attorney general who's
He's
job
getting really
is to
excited.
prosecute rapists doesn't give a damn about prosecuting rapists.
Because everybody out here.
He knows that those rapists are running around. He won't even test the kids.
Well, obviously.
He has the kids. He will not test them. Why? There's one connecting thread.
Oh, what is this?
If you let the
Oh,
rapist
dear
go, you
Lord.
Punish women.
What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women.
And if you force women to have the babies of rapists,
you punish the women.
To hear the lamentation of your women.
That's all these monsters care about.
is punishing women and controlling them like they used to.
Like the good old days. Make America great again.
When men controlled women and had them under their thumb.
Jesus.
And wouldn't let them give them
See what I mean by
any
Jenkins
freedom.
really, these people are out of control before. They're starting to be a little more in control, and this sucks. Sucks for me.
Big government is step in and destroy you.
That's what Republicans are. They're sick people. Every time I
Sick
hear Biden
monsters.
say how much he loves Republicans,
See, now that's some bullshit.
it makes me want to
Yeah, he
vomit.
never says that.
Every time I hear Biden say how much he loves Republicans, it makes me want to vomit.
You piece of crap.
Come on, man.
You piece of crap, fight them! Fight them! God damn it, you're never gonna God damn it, you're never gonna fight them!
Get the hell out of the way! Then get the hell out of the way!
Let us do it!
Oh yeah, he was like crying in this one.
Get out of the way, you loser! Loser!
Get out of the way, you loser!
You goddamn loser! Fight them! Look at what they're doing to little girls! Look at what they're doing to women all over the country! Fight them, you monster, you idiot! Fight them!
Oh my
No,
God.
every Democrat lays down! Pelosi lays down!
Are you crying?
And she's so
Crying.
an anti-choice. The Democrat
No.
Henry Cuellar. Yay! After row, after row. Yay! After row, after row. After row, after row.
She supports anti-choice candidates.
Pelosi's a monster.
Biden afterwards is now going to nominate an anti-choice judge because he loves his friend Mitch McConnell so much and he made him a promise.
No, fight them. But they never will. Democratic leadership, total and utter losers. They're losers. Get the hell out of the way. Get out of the way. Let us at them. Look at
Let us at him.
What are you doing, homeboy?
I'm a moron.
Get out of the way, you loser!
Hers.
I'm a moron.
Little. Hell yeah. Eat that bitch. Oh, thought I could land on him. Ah, fuck, this horse just beat the crap out of me. Damn you, horse. That is running right at me. Tame it. I got him, I tamed him. Whew. I need to get him to a stable or something. But have I even gotten to a stable yet? Now I'm confused from my regular game and this game. Okay, yeah, there's a stable. It's like there's a bunch of stuff I still haven't done yet in this, but I've done in the other stuff. Here we go, volume 12. Let's see what this one covers. Nightmare City. That's the name of this one. Here's some beef. I really need to get this horse to a stable so I can save him, but I also want to fuck with these things. Oh, I missed. Uh-oh. Woo! Blow. Blow, blow, blow. Oh, shit. I'm hurting. I'm hurting,
a family
dog.
generally is a father and a mother and then children.
Don't ask him if he's okay.
Are there ways? That is the norm.
Like,
that is the norm, and I would say in some ways
he's hurting, dog. Don't ask him if he's okay.
But that is sort of the ideal.
I don't know how anyone can debase themselves publicly on a regular basis more than Dave Rubin, who is married to a man and is currently expecting children who he's having through surrogates, which of course his audience like demonized him for doing. John, if someone offered you $1 million to hate yourself every single day in public, like would you do it?
I've been doing it for free for years, honestly.
That's a good point.
I don't get paid. No, I every time you play one of those clips, I've like gone out of my way. On social media, I don't come across that stuff. I think I have it muted. I've had it muted for years.
Did he just say working at TYT is being humiliated everything for years, basically?
To see what people will do for money, how they'll, as you say, debase themselves.
I've been doing it for free for years, honestly.
And maybe he doesn't like
for free.
Or whatever, that he's just doing this for the money. But like he needs to understand.
I've been doing it for free for years, honestly.
That is us being
so charitable to him.
Because if he
I've been doing it for
believes
free.
the things he's saying,
What's up, Miguel?
Believes the things he's saying.
that is the most pathetic thing on earth right now. I've been doing it for free for years, honestly. If you would do this stuff for people that absolutely
despise you,
that
hate you,
that you would either pretend to or really believe that there is something fundamentally wrong with your own marriage. That there
is something fundamentally wrong with. But that is, sort of the ideal.
Something fundamentally wrong with you having kids. There's nothing wrong with your marriage. There's nothing wrong with you having kids. Your family is the ideal. It's all the same.
You know what the ideal family is? A family that showers their children. A family that consists of...
It doesn't have to consist of partners.
Right? But you know, if you do, right? But you know, if you, as long as you guys have each other's backs,
And shower your
you're
child.
each other's ride or die, ride or die, ride or die. Like you, a family that showers their children, have each other's backs, ride or die, ride
A
or
family
die.
that showers each other's children.
Life's wonderful experiences together. You get through the worst experiences in life together. You know, your partner gets you through. That is what an ideal family is.
Right.
Because your funders
Right.
don't want you to say that same-sex marriage can yield an ideal family.
Oh, what
It's
happens
just
to that
gross.
horse
What are
there?
you doing, bro? Like, it's just, look, if you want to hate yourself for money
I've been doing it for free for years, honestly.
to appease his funders.
Oh wait, come here, horsey. I got food
You're
for you.
helping
Oh.
to sustain a movement that has not just
Whoa,
as a
that's
component
for
of
someone's
its
here.
ideology,
But at its very core, a hatred of this group and other related groups. Like that's.
Yeah.
And so, like, how are you supposed to pretend to still be a
Reasonable lib who like agrees a little bit with the right.
Yeah, girl.
when they have to fight with so many? They have to fight with the
Temples and
you know, all the others that we talk about constantly.
No, it is pretty incredible. It's like they're doing limbo. Like, how low can you go?
Yeah.
Well, we're about to watch. First, let's watch Dave Rubin run his mouth a little more on
Run
how,
his mouth,
you know,
God,
the kind of
the way
marriage
she's
and
making
family
it.
that he's
It's
establishing
like
is
she's
not
gonna
ideal.
challenge him to a fight or something. Dave Rubin's been running his mouth.
In the family
Get
that we
in
are
the
doing, we're
octagon.
obviously going to have two fathers. However, that is not me saying, oh, women are not important or that there is no difference between men and women or anything like that. And it will look different
Well,
in
he's
the
gay. It
traditional
makes
family, yes.
sense why
But
he
how
thinks
many
women are
people
not important in it.
do the traditional family truly right with the best of the mother and the father and don't do anything to screw up their kids psychologically or physically or anything else. So I think you can say that, oh, there is the norm and the ideal, and then there are things around that and approximate to it that are pretty good too. And the best that I can do is do the best that I can to make something good happen.
Okay, if you want to do the best that you can, stop saying stupid crap about how your family is not ideal. Ideal, and not normal. Like,
But I mean, it
because
wouldn't
your
be
kids
normal.
are gonna see it. It could actually be pretty harmful and traumatizing for them to see their own father.
It's
say
crazy to think that being normal is,
that
or
their
not
whole
being
family
normal, or
situation
is not,
ideal.
or
It's not
average
ideal.
is
It's
like
not-
an
and who
insult.
knows what other
Like,
dumb
okay,
stuff
I'm
he's
not
gonna
the
say.
average, so
He's
like,
gonna
why?
make his own
It's not
kids
insulting. Who
question
cares?
whether or not the environment they're growing up in is okay.
Aside from the thing about the ideals, that's the best stuff I've seen from him. In that he appears
The
to be
best.
trying to get through to some of his audience that, like, hey, could you not like think that me and my family should be murdered?
Oh my
For
God!
being this way?
Who said that?
Extend to them the
empathy
that you seem on some level to want for your own marriage.
Hey, could you not like think that me and my family should be murdered for being this way?
empathy.
Yeah, where's the empathy there when you think that these people want to
don't have
murder
my own
his
children,
family?
but I have
Like
Nieces and
what?
nephews.
Who I'm
Where are you
incredibly
getting
protective
that
of.
concept
I
from?
purposely do not share photos of them on social media because I know how the
They
world
think
works,
people who
and,
follow
I know how
and listen to
people
Dave Rubin want
comment on my
him
images
want to
and stuff.
murder
Like, I
his
don't wanna-
family.
Yo,
Why
hey,
would they
Anna,
listen
nice
to him?
new
Then
skirt.
like,
put
so
children
weird.
in that situation.
Nice new
Stop
skirt.
talking about your kids. I don't have my own children. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I don't have my own children. You know what your audience is. You know what they represent.
Hey, could you not like think that me and my family should be murdered for being this way?
Empathy.
You know they hate
Oh,
what
there you
you
go.
represent.
That's what I wanted.
In being
Thank
married
you, horsey.
to a
Let's go.
man who is now bringing children
can
into
go.
the world through surrogates. Please protect your own kids and shut the F up about them publicly. Just don't
God.
stop talking about them. Stop it.
Stop.
Stop it.
Stop.
Just don't stop talking about them.
You know, she's the one talking about his kids, huh?
So just today, Capitol Police arrested 34 abortion rights demonstrators for blocking a road in D.C. And among those, 16 representatives, 16 lawmakers. So the squad plus the people you might imagine. And
How
here's
can I
a
get
little
on
bit
here?
of that arrest.
Breast? Oh my God! I forgot about this happening. This was fun.
Oh, right.
And she raised her hand,
Carried
and it was
away
supposed to
to
be
the
like she
sound
was
of the beat
handcuffed.
there.
A little drum circle.
Little
That
drum
was
circle.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being carried away with another activists alongside her. She
They
was
think
in
she
handcuffs.
she
there.
wasn't handcuffed.
That was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being carried away with another activist alongside her. She was in handcuffs there.
Oh yeah.
She was in handcuffs there.
Is that what she was?
She was in handcuffs there.
Abortion rights and the abortion bans. And she said, "Cute. What are you doing next?"
That was fun. Just amazing.
Progressives
That
actually
was
want
fun.
to fight Republicans. Establishment Democrats love Republicans, and they like Republicans. Joe Biden likes Republicans way more than he likes his own voters. Way more. Oh yeah, way more. Oh yeah. I mean, Mitch McConnell said.
To talk to her. Oh, it's raining.
Joe just did it as a sign of personal friendship.
As a gesture. As a gesture.
Of friendship. Because Joe Biden loves Mitch McConnell. He loves him. His own voters, he couldn't give a rat's ass about. Rat's ass about. But rat's ass about.
A rat's ass about.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. It does sound like you say a rat's ass about.
And so
He wouldn't give a rat's ass about.
They're doing a rat's ass about. They're doing civil disobedience.
And I love it.
No, they're actual Democrats. And one of the ways that they show that is they would like to fight the other side.
The other side is Republicans.
I know if you're in the press, we're taught to love bipartisanship.
Love it.
Oh, when corporate Republicans and corporate Democrats make out and they make a little corporate subsidy bill baby, that's when you're like the happiest guys alive. You're like, yes, finally, corporations win again and again. Yes,
Yes, finally, corporations win again and again. Yes.
Yes, bipartisanship.
Oh, progressives are fighting Republicans. Tut, tut, tut. How dare you? Don't you know that the job of the Democrat is to lose and to surrender to Republicans?
No, we don't know that. And if you're an establishment Democrat,
get the hell out of our way.
Which is, by the way, 90% of the Democratic Party.
Get out of the way. Get out of the fight. Wait, so we can get into the fight and fight those Republicans. Get out of the fight. Wait.
But otherwise, you're never going to see them take any action to give a rat's ass about. Nothing. Nothing at all. That's the only thing they've done is to help the other side.
Yep.
Democratic leadership they're the worst people on the planet. Because the Republicans might be
monsters,
but these idiot Democratic leaders are like, how do we help those monsters?
How do we help those monsters?
And now they want to wash their hands of what they've done. I mean, you're absolutely right.
You're absolutely right.
Tut, tut, tut. How dare you?
AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea, scabies, and crabs. Think you want them down your pants? No, you raging.
We have OnlyFans, and then we have like the sex work industry, and then we have like actors. Is there a difference between these industries, or are we all fundamentally selling our body in some way?
Honestly, I think that selling your body, like if we're going by that definition, being in the army is worse than being on OnlyFans.
Wow.
You're selling your body to the government.
Now, some might find what Mia Khalifa there said to be controversial, but the numbers actually don't lie. It looks like more and more young Americans are actually on her side of this issue, and we're going to show you those stats. Now, if you're not familiar with Mia Khalifa, she's a former adult film star and now an OnlyFans model. And so, I don't know. I don't know Mia Khalifa, but she woke up this week and chose violence when it came to her political commentary. Where's the lie? Where is she wrong about literally any of this? I don't know. They're having a harder and harder time meeting their recruiting goals. And isn't that just a shame?
Yeah, it might have been because Trump called people who sign up for the military suckers and losers. Okay. Isn't that way worse than
What's
what
up,
Mia
E.
Khalifa
Mitchell?
said?
What's up, Lab Tech?
But if Trump says it, of course, all right-wingers go.
Oh, that's no big deal. Yeah, military suckers and losers. But you should sign up for the military.
But so, no. The reality is, in terms of wars, we've not been attacked at all. Since, what, the British in 1812? So, what actually happens is we start offensive wars nonstop.
We're in like a dozen countries now.
So, under those circumstances, would I tell anyone, including my kids, to sign up for the military? Hell no. What? Hell
He won't send
no.
his kids to the
What,
military,
are you gonna
to
go die
war,
for
but
Exxon Mobil? Are you nuts?
Hell to the no. No way. No way. You ought to have your head examined.
That's just a fact.
So, now, in terms of
It's just
sex,
a
I have another
fact.
apparently controversial thing to say. I don't think sex is any big deal at all. I think it's just another very normal bodily function. And the whole world has lost their mind over it. Like, oh, sex, yes. It's so celestial. And you know, it involves like your soul, soul,
And you're sharing your soul. And God is God, do you approve? Is it, can I go ahead? Right? No, sorry. No,
Hey, where'd my horse
the
go?
celestial beings don't approve.
It's just a bodily function like playing basketball.
The lucky lass was Sally. Here's her attempt to
just like playing basketball, I guess.
I know a lot of people go, oh, no, that's outrageous. Oh, no, that's outrageous. Your soul, it involves your soul. No, it involves your penis and your other genitalia. Your soul, it involves your soul. No, it involves your soul. Your vagina. That's what it involves. Like your elbow and your knee. Your soul, it involves your soul. No, it involves your elbow and your knee. Soul.
And you're sharing your soul. And God is God, do you approve? Is it, can I go ahead?
Penis.
Your soul, it involves your soul. No.
And you're sharing your soul. And God.
Sex.
Penis.
I'm saying super normal things that people will find incredibly outrageous. It's no big deal. So this whole thing of like, can you compare the military
Yeah, that
to
basketball
sex
clip is
workers?
fun.
They should be so lucky. Sex workers give people joy. The military kills people. And if you want a relative context here, now Mia Khalifa is a giant star. You're not going to make this kind of money, but she makes $10,000.
You're not gonna make this kind of money.
Day.
That's funny.
Penis.
Is he talking to Anna?
did
Like
that, by
Anna
the way.
couldn't
It's
make that kind of money if she did
3.65
porn?
million
Right? You know what I'm saying? Good for her.
Yeah. So we
Oh, they
couldn't
signed the
make
job,
that
though.
much money. Could we make like half that much money?
I don't know. TYT.com/join.
There's a bunch of
Oh,
keepers
yeah?
yeah? Republicans, yeah. But that's
That's
why
like
like
a show
people
there,
say like,
porn.
oh, you know, you're a secret conservative. I'm like, you could suck my. You don't know what the you're talking about.
What? What did
Oh,
you
this
say?
is
You can
good.
such my what?
Penis.
Well, Rogan may contest the fact that he is a right-winger. A majority of his viewers, guess where they stand?
Yeah, but
Shut
he's
the
not
fuck
talking
up.
about
No
it.
one cares. Anti-feminist.
Yeah,
He wrote,
exactly.
he tweeted, if you're
No
a
one
man
cares.
and you call yourself a feminist, I hope you choke to death on vegan pizza while crying over a Lady Gaga song. So, in the know, Joe Rogan
That was pretty good.
for laughing.
Good job,
His
Joe.
friend coercing women to perform oral sex.
All I've seen from Joe Rogan is nothing but absolute nonsense and shenanigans, especially things that align with white male supremacy,
White
ableism,
male
and
supremacy
hate.
from Joe Rogan? What are you talking
Who
about?
also subscribe to that
I never
kind of
seen Joe
mentality.
Rogan talk
Again,
about
you
that
can call
shit.
yourself whatever you want, but I see you for what you are, and I am going to say, go ahead and do you, but do you at a distance from me.
Do you, boo?
I mean, yeah, this whole idea of rhetoric, us
Yeah, like he
versus
cares.
them,
He
this is
literally
the way
said
for
you
Joe
could
Rogan,
suck
and
his.
it's also the way a lot of conservative media, Fox News, OA, and the rest. They say, look,
they'd
you know,
ever be
we
in
are
the same
against the world,
spaces.
and
Yeah.
When are they going to be in the
our
same
team, and we're going to fight, we're going to stand up for what's right, and we're going to demean, by the way, people who are other.
Because the Republicans might be monsters.
Monsters?
But where I have a problem is that when Joe Rogan uses such misogynistic, hateful language, regardless of what his positions are, then he's somebody who just doesn't care about fellow humanity.
What is he
And if you don't
talking
care
about?
about
So
fellow
weird.
human beings, if you don't care that every
Yeah, it's so
person has
weird.
some
These guys
value
think Joe
regardless
Rogan's a
of their
right winger.
background,
They
then it
never
doesn't
could
really
prove
matter
he is
whether you're
either.
progressive on abortion rights
They just
or
point to
gay marriage.
people
You are a
around him
hater,
and
and
say,
in my
"See."
view, there's no room for haters.
Hey, could you not like think that me and my family should be murdered for being this way?
Because the Republicans might be monsters.
Monsters?
And we could do a lot better by having, I don't know, more, valuable, more ethically sound
it's the thing
podcasters and
again.
radio
I did
hosts
this
than
before.
Joe
I'm gonna
Rogan,
fuck
who
myself. I need
seems
to
to
get out of here.
traffic in a
Horsey,
lot of
let's go.
hate.
We're in trouble here. Let's get out of here, Horsey.
Can I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
That's a good answer. How far away are they now?
I mean, Glenn, do you and Alex need a room?
No.
Talking about how handsome you find him, like complimenting him, giving a public tongue bath. Like, what's going on here? You guys need a
Tongue
room?
bath.
No, that was Glenn Greenwald interviewing Alex Jones and telling him how
handsome gentleman he is.
Handsome.
But Alex Jones, according to Glenn Greenwald, very handsome.
The face.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, look, different strokes for different folks, homie. If that's what you're into,
Homie.
good for you.
I guess.
Well, I mean, he's gay, so
It was like
there's that.
non-stop, like, hey, you want a handy?
That's a different stroke and a different fuck.
Why not?
Why not?
And his buddy
Why
Matt
not?
Taibbi felt the need to go after, like, Sam Cedar?
Like Sam Cedar?
For being critical of this interview?
No.
Watch the interview for yourself.
No.
It's 40 minutes long.
You're doing a better job than my own PR agent, Glenn. Thank you. That's exactly it. I'm a victim of my own success. That's what happened. You know, turns out that I have all this influence and I have an audience, and I didn't realize that I had a responsibility.
To not lie.
I didn't know that was the wrong thing to do because I was a victim of my own success.
I'm kind of retarded.
Come on, man.
It's
just embarrassing. It's like
I'm kind of retarded.
Like, I throw up in my mouth a little bit watching it. There's more to it. There's more to it.
There's more to
Come on over. Come on over. Now you're flipping off. Come on, Howard. No. Come on. You're not intellectual. You're a fake and a fraud.
Because how do you
You're
debase
fake
yourself
and
like this publicly? Oh, he's such a victim. And it's not about Alex Jones.
It's not about Alex Jones or the lies that he told.
Hold on a second.
Protecting freedom of speech.
They can't see me here.
No
Then
one
they put my
buys
horse
it. We
or
all
something
know
on
that
it.
at this point there's something going on. You're compromised in some way. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong about that.
'Cause I think
Maybe
I
you are
didn't
getting,
put on
you know,
monetization. I should do that.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
But that was so disgusting. I mean,
monetization is.
I would think that the right wing would be horrified by that
Display of affection between two men.
I'm gay. So is Ray. What?
What?
I ain't gay.
I ain't gay.
But you made love to me. No, first of all, you suck.
And go out, by the way, while I'm here and sign up now for Truth Social. It's hot as a pistol, and you see that? I pulled that one right. Leon, I'll tell you what. Elon.
No, you suck
Bye,
my.
Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the
Oh yeah, I remember that lab tech. I've used that clip before.
He told me he voted for
We
me.
talk about Saudi Arabia all the time.
Honest, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be
Yeah, it's a
buying
great
it.
one.
Although he might later. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? He's
That's
got
when
a pretty
Jimmy
rotten
Dore
contract.
spit on
Look
him.
at his contract.
The
Not a good
spit.
contract.
I gotta
The
say, man,
famous spit.
I wish Trump wasn't seeking political power, because if he's just like a normal guy
She's a
who
fan.
does these rallies because he likes to be in front of a crowd, they're entertaining. He knows how to work the crowd.
They're
He
entertaining.
is funny. He's an awful person, but he's fun. Elon!
Oh,
Elon!
it's a good
Like,
one.
why does he talk like that? But I love it. I love that he talks like that.
Damn it.
Elon!
No, but he's accidentally funny. Like, yeah, like,
Elon! Like, why does he talk like that? But I love it. I love that he talks like that. Elon!
yeah, like,
I love that he talks like that.
no, but he's accidentally funny. Like, yeah, like.
I wish Trump wasn't seeking political power, because He's just like a normal guy who does these rallies because he likes to be in front of a crowd. They're entertaining.
Whoa, what is this?
He knows how to work the crowd, but I love it. I love that he talks like that.
He's accidentally funny. Like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, like the time that he was presenting awards for the U.S. Paralympic team and all the medals that they had won. He's like,
oh, they're great, they're wonderful. Yeah, I watch them, you can't watch them too much, it's a little painful.
No. Like, no. Okay, so, but he doesn't realize that he's being horribly offensive. So in this case, we're going to get to why they're beefing in a second.
Why they're beefing.
Yeah.
Why they're beefing.
But I'll solve the mystery of who's lying, because Elon Musk says he never voted for a Republican before, but is ready to do that now. And Trump says, no, he told me he voted for me, right? The correct answer is both. They're both lying. I wouldn't trust either one of them on anything. So is it possible Elon Musk told Trump that he voted for him, but didn't? Yeah, of course that's possible.
Elon Musk's a liar.
Is it possible Elon Musk voted for Trump and then is pretending that he was a lifelong Democrat? Yeah, that's definitely possible. Is it possible that Trump is making up the whole story? Yeah, of course it's possible.
He's a pathological liar.
In other words, they're both BS artists.
100%.
Yeah. So I mean,
speaking of BS artists, he's like, I looked at the contract, not a good contract. Look, Elon Musk is overhyped. Oh, he's such a genius. Then why did he offer $44 billion for Twitter when anyone could tell that was ridiculous, awful, right? But Trump, you're going to call him out on it? Dude, you went bankrupt 6 times.
I know.
You're the world's worst businessman.
I looked at the contract.
What did you no, you didn't. You read a contract?
I know.
You can't read past a page, let alone legalese. You crazy, man. He didn't look at the contract. He's an idiot.
So, but I love it. I love that he talks like that. Elon! Take the substance, whatever you can call substance, out of it completely, right? All the politics out of it. The way he speaks is excellent broadcasting, right? The Rockets, the Rockets.
No, he'd be good in sports, not because he would know anything about sports, because it'd be hilarious to listen to.
Rockets, the Rockets.
You know what? The guy throwing the ball,
Rockets, that's a basketball team. So
he's good with the ball, okay? And it went down there or up there.
And it would be hilarious, you know.
They're calling him Fitzmagic because he creates magic, even though his name is Fitzpatrick.
Okay. Anyways,
I can't believe how she laughed, how hard she laughed.
I mean, look at him. He's such a child.
It's not funny at all.
And we're laughing at him, but remember, 40% of the country looks at that and goes, genius.
They think he's a genius.
He's good with the Rockets.
Rockets, the Rockets.
We need to protect our geniuses and like Edison and like the people
the light bulb.
People in America that invented things like the light bulb and the wheel.
No, Americans did not invent the wheel.
I'm not sure.
America was not around when we invented the wheel.
Let him think it.
Let him think it. I like how they say all this stuff, even though this is what they made up that he said. He didn't really say any of this at all. They're just making it up.
Elon Musk, so I don't believe he's going to buy Twitter because you have so many fake accounts, the bots, all of the different things. I think it's going to be very interesting. He's got some problems because he got a lot of stock that he shouldn't have bought. He got a lot of problems with Twitter. But the Twitter has a lot of problems. So go to Truth Social.
All right, and there's Trump plugging his Truth Social competitor to Twitter. And then in June, Elon was asked which
they totally
potential
buy their own
presidential
propaganda.
candidate he would support in 2024. And this is where it gets good. Because this is really where Trump is likely to be upset with Elon Musk. What are you leaning toward? And Elon Musk says, DeSantis.
The bots.
Oh, hang on. Over that.
He don't like that.
Yeah, he don't like that.
Yeah, Elon Musk's a liar.
But I'm telling you, the first tweet was enough. That's why Trump hit him 2 days later. He says, even though I think a less divisive candidate would be better in 2024, no, Trump's out. He's going to hate him.
Get him out of here! Get out!
I read the tweets. I mean, the contract, not a good contract. Good Rockets.
Rockets, the Rockets.
Oh, wait.
Bad contract.
Elon.
Oh shit. Alright, a goblin horn. Now got me a sword. All of the goblin stuff.
Like. Yep, like. Superheroes. Like.
Which one was? Oh yeah. Oh my god, I remember when I made this, that shit stuck in my head for the longest time. That
It's catchy.
We could pick stuff up from the horse. Like right here.
They went after him. They went after all of us. There's no family in American history that has taken more arrows in the back than the Trump family every single time.
Than the Trump family.
Poor Trump family. Now, Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago was raided by the FBI. His residence at Mar-a-Lago, specifically in Palm Beach, and this was following the
it's like he's standing behind her listening to
FBI obtaining what's referred to as a warrant, which needs to be signed by a federal judge. And in order to get that warrant, there needs to be probable cause presented to the judge doing the signing of the warrant. It was an investigation, according to what the authorities are telling us, into Trump's massive mistake in taking home classified documents from the White House. He is not supposed to do that. That breaks certain laws. And so this investigation is ongoing.
It's not been easy for me. It has not been easy for me. And
I'm going to speculate here that there might be more to the investigation than what federal officials are leading on. We'll get to that in just a moment, but first the details. Probable cause. Well, Trump is known to destroy documents. You have individuals who worked in his administration who had said as much. Just recently, Maggie Haberman over at the New York Times had provided evidence of documents that were put in the toilet, which she held on to until she was ready to promote her upcoming book, which is par for the course with the Washington elite. It's incredibly frustrating. But that's what's going on here. There's a person, former president,
who clearly broke the law.
And he's being investigated for it, and I wish that we applied this standard to everyone in positions of power.
Yeah. So, look, let's talk about what it is and what it isn't. So, the right wing instantly says, oh, it's to target them politically, and they have all sorts of kooky theories that we'll get to later in the show. But they never say, like,
oh, no, it's okay to take documents and rip them up. Well, why are you taking any documents from the White House? It's not a thing you should be allowed to do, and you're not allowed to do it. It's against the law. So why are you hiding them in the basement of Mar-a-Lago? And then when the FBI looks at them, so the documents are ripped.
Is it like, oh, I didn't like that risotto recipe?
The risotto recipe.
When was the last time you saw maple syrup on a risotto?
Okay. And the FBI's raiding his house because where's the carbonara recipe? Okay?
The
You
carbonara
weren't supposed to take
recipe.
that from the White House. Oh, you took a couple of antique plates. No, it's obviously very, very
The
serious.
carbonara recipe.
Otherwise, the FBI is not going to raid the house of a former president. Our government officials almost never, ever hold the elites accountable. So,
our government officials almost never ever hold the elites accountable. So,
it's not like, oh, we're going to just do it on a whim. We're going to do it on irrelevant stuff. No, think about the underlying reason why they're going in there.
Our government officials almost never ever hold the elites accountable.
Is it just the documents? By the way, we don't know that either. It could be that they were looking for evidence on January 6th. One of the key pieces of evidence is the warrant itself. Now, Donald Trump says this is a travesty. It's worse than Watergate. All of his, acolytes and supporters on the internet are saying, "Oh, the FBI is trying to assassinate him," like lunatic stuff, right? But Donald Trump has the warrant. Hold on. Has the warrant. Hold on. He can just show it right now, and then we'll know what it was about. Has the warrant. Hold on. Has the warrant. Hold on. Now, Donald Trump says this is a travesty. It's worse than Watergate. Has the warrant.
Has the
warrant. Hold on. All of his, acolytes and supporters on the internet are saying, "Oh, the FBI is trying to assassinate him," like lunatic stuff, right? Has the warrant. Hold on. If it turns out that it's nothing and they were looking for the risotto recipe, it'll be in the warrant. And then he can humiliate the FBI. And the right wing will celebrate. Hold on. Why isn't Trump showing the warrant? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why won't he show it?
But you're right. I mean,
okay.
Look, for me, I have no loyalty to any political official from any political group.
okay.
And there was evidence in the form of testimony, in the form of pictures that we just recently saw from Maggie Haberman, indicating that Trump likes to destroy documents. He likes to flush them down the toilet, which, by the way, it really does put new meaning behind his complaints about toilets not flushing
appropriately in the White House. Just saying.
I called that from day one. Right? You heard it on the air. I said, why is he randomly talking about toilets flushing in a White House in the middle of a...
So if you said to me, hey, Bernie's president, and he's randomly ripping up National Archives and then stuffing them in the toilet and flushing it, I'd be like, whoa, what the hell's Bernie hiding? Jesus Christ, that sounds like what somebody who's guilty would do, and I'd be really worried about what Bernie did.
I don't even know.
The right wing looks at it and goes,
You gotta rip up the classified documents, and you gotta flush. And if you're really incriminating, but they're not, they're perfectly innocent, then you flush them down the toilet. Of course you do.
And the right wing media, you turn to Hillary Clinton, and they're like, well, the emails.
Well, to be fair, they hit her a lot on the emails.
I don't care. Like the right wing's.
Oh yeah. Would you want Hillary Clinton's emails? Since she deleted emails for the FBI to raid and try to get those emails?
Yeah, I would.
Do the raid. I don't care.
Yeah, why not?
Why are they at least above the law?
To people in positions of
You're
power.
trying to get those emails?
Look, take a step back for a second,
shit,
because I want to make a
up.
broader point. What's troubling to me about the reaction that we're seeing by ordinary right-wing voters, and they see everything through the lens of left versus right. Okay, the right needs to own the libs.
Own the libs. I don't care.
It's about actually pushing for a system that fairly and accurately targets individuals with probable in mind, of course, who have potentially committed crimes. So if they trigger an economic collapse through their greed and their fraud,
let alone the right wing's like,
oh, you want that investigated?
Goddamn right I do.
And mainstream media goes,
those are beloved Democratic senators. They're wonderful people. Those are not bribes. Those are just contributions out of the goodness of the private equity bankers' hearts.
So yeah, both are
nuts.
mainstream media defending Democrats and elites overall are nuts. They live in an alternate reality where criminality is totally acceptable as long as someone in the establishment does it. And the right wing, guys, you guys are, how many crimes does Trump have to commit before you go, hey, maybe I don't want a criminal as my leader? But they see, they're like, the FBI raided his home. Oh, I love him more. Oh, I love him more.
Something nobody ever said.
I know you live in an alternate reality. They're there. Newt Gingrich said today they're there to plant the evidence.
Oh, come on.
You guys are lunatics. You've lost your goddamn minds. Honestly, we're the only ones telling the truth.
We're the only ones. Nobody else is telling the truth.
You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula.
Place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presso, no more tantrum.
After news broke that Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence had been raided by the FBI over the fact that he had taken home classified documents from the White House, which breaks certain laws.
A bunch of right-wingers, including members of the press,
Okay,
members
now I
of
see what I was supposed
Congress,
to do.
came out and started demanding all sorts of things, specific actions like
civil war
in some cases, and defunding the intelligence community in other cases. So first, the right wing tried to appeal to voters with some concerns about what this will mean for average Americans, right?
Oh, if they could do this to Trump, imagine what they can do to you.
You know, like
indiscriminately spy on you with a government agency like the NSA. Wouldn't that be so terrible? I mean, it's a joke. As we know, ordinary Americans are surveilled, or ordinary Americans have to deal with a police state, and that's just been our reality for the longest time.
Now, I want to read a few quotes for you from various right-wing posters online, because they are calling for a
civil war.
One person says, this is how you light the match to a civil war.
They are calling for a civil war.
The left needs to arm itself.
One user on Twitter wrote, in response to the news, lock and load. The left, at this point, needs to be smart, get trained, arm yourselves. Again, that was the top post. Lock and load. Get armed.
Get armed.
Get armed.
Okay, so, look, guys, there's two elements here. One is the lunacy, of course. And this is not just random posters. There's right-wing media has dozens and dozens of comments from all the hosts calling for violence and hyperbolic, ridiculous statements like Mark Levine saying, this is the worst attack on this republic in modern history. Okay, note that no one knows what's in the warrant. Note Trump has the warrant, could tell us what's in it, but is choosing not to. Okay, but how would any of you know why they raided the compound, his residence at Mar-a-Lago, and what they were looking for, and whether he's guilty or innocent? So if they raided, again, I'll use someone on my side, if they raided Bernie's offices, I wouldn't be like, he is definitely innocent.
How do I know? I don't know what's in the warrant. I don't know what they're looking for. I'd be like, whoa, that's weird. I didn't expect that. I can't wait to see what it's about.
But the right wing, no, immediately, conspiracies. And the second component, and this is the dangerous part.
The left needs to arm itself.
Violent conspiracies. And which time for lock and load, it's time for civil war, all these things. And by the way, it's just accepted as normal. If left-wingers did that,
get armed.
I'm not at all exaggerating. They would be investigated.
The left needs to arm itself.
They would be deplatformed for sure.
The left, at this point, needs to be smart, get trained, arm yourselves.
Calling for violence.
Literally what
and
I
they would
was
likely
asking
be
for.
arrested.
Get armed.
Get armed.
The right wing says it.
Get armed.
Like on a nuclear level. Thousands and thousands of them. Nobody ever does anything about it. They're like, oh yeah, they're looking to murder us. Oh, duly noted. Let's move on.
Get armed.
That is what they've been saying for several years now. Over and over again, they say it openly, transparently. It's just abundantly clear that they're waiting for anything to spark political violence.
Get armed.
But moving on, I also want to talk about some of the other threats that we've seen from right-wingers, namely from individuals like Steven Crowder. This is very scary. Let's watch.
Any Republican right now in office or running for office who does not actively champion the defunding, the dismantling of our intelligence agencies, I will not vote for. Don't care who it is. Are you listening, Ted Cruz? Are you listening to DeSantis? Are you listening, Rubio?
It's like a horror movie.
Are you listening, no?
Scary. Very, very scary from Steven Crowder.
So it's funny that you've got centuries of police abusing African Americans, and then a movement rises out of that.
There hasn't even been centuries of police in the United States. That's weird. They say centuries of police abusing people of
We don't
color.
care how many innocent black men who are unarmed were shot by cops, killed by cops. We don't care how much abuse has happened. We don't care about any of it.
Support the police.
And then the police raid their beloved, dear leader's home to look for criminality based on a legal warrant. They're like, that's it, defund the police, defund the FBI, defund all law enforcement. That's it, defund the police, defund the FBI, defund all law enforcement. What happened? That's it, defund the police, defund the FBI.
That's it, defund the police.
All law enforcement. But no. Oh, I get it. You didn't want rule of law. You just thought the police are your thugs, your security guard. That's it, defund the police. You just wanted them to oppress others. Defund the FBI, defund all law enforcement. And the minute they actually enforce the law evenly, you hate them. Look, I didn't sign up for this. The cops are supposed to be my thugs. Look, I didn't sign up for this. My thugs. Look, I didn't sign up for this. They're not supposed to give equality and justice and just apply the law. The cops are supposed to be my thugs.
Skus.
It's so obvious. And they're all like,
The cops are
I got this theory, I got that theory. And we're going to come after you guys. You don't even know what's in the warrant.
Hurt Trump no matter what.
Look, honestly, I'm tired of saying it. The right wing, they're all liars. They all lie 100% on purpose. Every right wing host is lying to their audience today and say that Joe Biden's FBI is targeting our beloved Donald Trump for no reason at all. What do you mean Biden's FBI? Trump appointed the guy. He's a right winger that Trump appointed.
But evidence doesn't matter. Facts don't matter to these guys.
So, I mean, they literally admitted that they rigged an investigation on behalf of Donald Trump. Yes. But no, did anyone in right-wing media hear that? The listeners? No, because they're lied to professionally every single day. So instead, what they heard was Steve Bannon saying, we're at war.
Get armed.
He went on to say, without evidence, of course, that Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, approved the raid.
Just made that up. Just made it up. Who cares? We're just making stuff up.
Steve Bannon then went on to say that the FBI might be trying to assassinate Donald Trump. Right? Right? But do you think Steve Bannon's that crazy? No. Steve Bannon is relatively smart, especially
for a right winger. I mean, I know it's a low bar, right? He doesn't think they're going to try to assassinate Donald Trump.
Let's actually go to the last video in this segment, the one with Mitch McConnell, because Mitch McConnell is the only Republican who has had a unique response to this news of a raid in Mar-a-Lago that I was amused by. So let's take a quick look at that.
It's supposed to be right here.
I'm here today to talk about the flood and the recovery from the flood.
That was fascinating. Just slap down that question. He's like, I'm not going to weigh in on this.
Look, if I was him, I'd do the same thing because
you don't know what's in the warrant. Yeah. You don't even know.
We don't know one single thing. By the way, you go, oh, God. So they're like,
can you believe they're doing it the right and proper and legal way? When we get in office, we're going to be the Gestapo.
I mean.
They're the Gestapo. Wink.
Now, guys, if they get back in office, they're going to indiscriminately, God.
Wish us luck.
And why do you like leave off on this chain?
This is a good one.
Because I got swag, I wanted to make it look
I got swag, I want to make it look good.
No, sir. You take drugs or alcohol? What is drugs? What is drugs? What is drugs?
That's level 9,000 right there. Boom! We went Super Saiyan on that
FBI was searching
response.
Trump's home because they were looking for nuclear documents and other items.
And potentially in danger of falling into the wrong hands.
Right.
Look, I mean, guys, you think the FBI did it?
The FBI.
Of course they know. So the idea that they had to do this raid, you should maybe consider what those classified documents included.
And I don't know, classified documents pertaining to nuclear weapons seem pretty serious.
Yeah, no, this is really bad. Okay, so I was wondering, because they said earlier today that it was not about January 6th. So Merrick Garland said that, and I'm like, well, if it's not about January 6th, what could be so serious that the FBI does something? So now we find out it's something we wouldn't expect.
So why in the world would he have material on armed nuclear weapons?
People are going to notice it's missing if the nuclear codes are gone, right? And that is
The most classified information we have.
So why the hell would you want to take it and you're not president anymore? Even if you had the codes and you told the generals to fire it, China is like, hey, lunatic, you're not the president anymore, right?
China.
The only reason to take the nuclear codes
is to sell the nuclear codes.
Again, even though we know it's
Jenkins,
related
this
to
is
nuclear
like the
weapons, we don't
dramatic
know
chipmunk.
all the minute details of what the classified documents say about the nuclear weapons.
it's a great point because maybe he's not committing or planning to commit outright treason and hand our launch codes to name a country, China, Russia, whatever.
Hey, by the way,
and I keep saying launch codes, but we don't know that it's that,
we
right?
don't know.
So, but it is something about nuclear weapons. If it's how we make nuclear weapons, that is also incredibly valuable. And then there was a story that the nuclear football was at Mar-a-Lago when he was president.
Which, yeah, the nuclear football travels with the president. Nothing wrong with that.
So, I mean, if other governments didn't have spies and don't have spies in Mar-a-Lago now, they're nuts.
Not wrong with that. But
Like just having it
brought it up.
loosey-goosey hanging around in the Mar-a-Lago basement.
Loosey-goosey.
Any rando spy can just walk down there and take them.
Loosey-goosey.
Right. Look, we don't know.
You know how easy it is to get into a safe? Like, the Chinese and the Russian spies are going to be like, oh, a safe. Well, we're beaten.
No,
Let's go back.
I've watched Animal Kingdom. I know how easy it is to get into a safe. You just need the right tools. You just need the right tools.
Yeah. And guys, one last thing.
And this is going to be the easiest prediction I've ever done.
But my prediction is the right wing will see this and be like,
Oh, no, that's it. It's no big deal. No big deal. Of course, you give away nuclear secrets all the time. That's the smart thing. That's the smart thing to do. You cash in on the nuclear secrets, sell out America. That's what you do. That's the smart thing to do. Plus, it wasn't him. It was Antifa. Plus, they planted it. That's the smart thing to do. Plus, they're going to assassinate him. Plus, it's aliens and lizard people.
Because to them, it's not about loving America. It's not about protecting our democracy or our Constitution. It's about protecting their cult leader.
Their daddy.
And that's it. That's all that matters to them. It's sick.
So you need to know the truth because while the goalposts have moved many times this week with regards to Donald Trump.
That there's nothing there, or if there is, it was planted, or if there was, maybe it wasn't planted, but it's probably not serious. Or if it was serious, don't worry about it, because he can do whatever he wants. He can declassify it.
Not so fast there.
Amongst all of this stuff, I just find that so fascinating that he kept stuff about national security, nuclear stuff, Roger Stone, and a little bit about President Macron, oddly enough.
You never know.
If I was President Macron, I'd be worried about that file.
Yeah.
Okay, so first let's go through the lies. This is my favorite part. First they said,
there's nothing to find there. This is a ridiculous witch hunt. Nothing to find.
Then they said,
the FBI planted it.
Yeah.
Wait,
if there is something, it's a plan.
Yeah, I thought there was nothing to hide. Okay, well, all right, we're moving on to lie number 2. The FBI planted it. Now, today, Donald Trump blows a hole through that because he's like, let me tell you something, okay? There are documents. There was something to find. And I said earlier that the FBI planted it. But you know what? I secretly declassified it. Wait, did you declassify the documents they planted? He said both things. Mm-hmm. No, guys, right-wingers, I know you're extraordinarily unintelligent, but you have to find a lie and stick with it, okay? Now, I know you guys don't care. You could say at the same time January 6th was Antifa, and the greatest patriots in the world who are political prisoners who should be released, and tourists. All at the same. I know that you are able to keep all these thoughts in your head at the same time. It's kind of a gift.
Okay.
The rest of us are burdened with having to deal with truth.
Okay.
So, but in this case, just as a helpful hint, you might want to stick with just one lie. Okay, I know it's never going to happen. Why? Because their dear leader is an idiot. If I was facing the Espionage Act, I wouldn't just go out on True Social and be like,
oh, you know what? I think they planted it. Oh, yeah, no, they do exist. And I had them, and I secretly declassified them. Oh, God damn it. You need paperwork? I didn't know you needed paperwork. We're back to they planted it.
Okay. Even if you thought something is like, oh, he's the purest, most angelic guy you've ever met.
Jesus Christ. Yep. If you believe that, and that's 40% of it. Anyway.
Yeah. But you know he's not supposed to just keep it in the freaking basement when anybody can walk in. Yep. Why? Just think for a second. Why the hell would he do that?
I always say shoe on the other foot. If it was Bernie Sanders and he became president after the presidency, he takes home the nuclear codes or whichever nuclear information that Trump took that is the most top secret classified. I would say,
that's super weird. I wonder why Bernie took the nuclear codes home. I would wonder.
Because I have a brain, okay? But you guys, you don't wonder. You're like,
oh, yeah, you meant well. You take the nuclear codes home so you can play around with them.
No, there's only one reason you take them. Because I have a brain to sell them.
Leverage. And now we have to add like a couple dollar signs and like an underscore
he kind of admits
to the end of the codes.
It's just so annoying to have to reset those.
So Trump also said today,
well, what about the 33 million documents that Obama took that also have nuclear information?
By the way, accidentally admitting he took documents with nuclear information.
Yep. Oops. He's so stupid. He's the dumbest person I've ever seen in my entire life.
And I'm not exaggerating. Okay? Because I have a brain. Because I have a brain. Look up to a guy like
Ivana's grave this big, but like.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
We don't know that it was the nuclear code.
We don't know.
Because I have a
brain. Nuclear code.
No fucking way.
Yeah, but who would be stupid enough to think that they could sell top secret information about our nukes to a foreign country and not get caught?
Homer Simpson.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct answer, Donald Trump.
Bing, bing,
of course he's that
bing,
stupid.
Bing, bong.
And of course he's that corrupt.
Get it through your head. He's not anything like you. Has no morals, no empathy, and no intelligence. Yeah. That's what I've been saying this entire time as people talk about,
what do you think his strategy is?
His strategy was to hide nuclear codes in the goddamn basement.
Yeah, use them as leverage.
Dumb. He took the nuclear codes.
We don't know.
Are you serious?
Nuclear codes.
Yeah, we should raid. All right.
Again, it's information about nukes. They have not been clear that it's the codes or not.
We don't know what it is.
Yeah. But there is no answer for the right wing when you ask him why he might have taken it. And right now, the last things they're on is Trump said,
look, he just asked.
Dude, they asked,
and then they came by and you gave them boxes that didn't have the nuclear information. And they're like, I can't believe you didn't give it to us. Now you're forcing us to raid you moron. We're not going to just let you sell it, you idiot.
Yeah. And so this, and he said, did you have to ask that? How could anybody believe this guy?
Jesus, right wing.
I know, a lot of the establishment is crooked. Wow, you figured that out. Okay, that doesn't mean you have to follow him.
Jesus, right wing.
Because I have a brain.
Because I have a brain. Oh, we have 14. What time is it? We could do maybe one or two more. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Boom-ka-doo, ba-ka-doo-ka-doo. I don't know where I am right now, but I'm figuring it out. Oh, fuck. Nice.
Like.
That's crazy. Bap, 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 bap. Bap, 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 bap. Bap, 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 bap. Bap, 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 bap. Bap, bap, bap. I can take this. Spread it across the other way. Little.
We are a nation in decline. We are a failing nation. We are a nation that has the highest inflation in over 40 years. Where the stock market just finished the worst.
That's how they treat it, like it's the empire.
We're a nation that has the highest energy costs in its history. And we are no longer energy independent or energy dominant, which we were just 2 short years ago.
That low energy
seemingly political campaign ad
is from Donald Trump, and while he hasn't officially announced that he's running for president in 2024, he
keeps dropping these hints.
The timing of this ad, though, is interesting because he posted it on social media promptly after news broke that his residence in Mar-a-Lago was raided by the FBI, and that raid allegedly had to do with the fact that he had taken home classified documents from the White House, which does break the law. But nonetheless, it could be that he posted that to make it seem as though he is in fact running for president, and the raid was a politically motivated attack against him.
Looks like there's something.
But before we get to that discussion,
and it just seems like Republicans aren't bringing their best people.
I'll tell you about why the ad was released, both now and in general. Okay, so now because they want some people to say they're targeting a candidate. I mean, look at this. This is obviously a political ad. I'm obviously running, and so this is very political of Joe Biden's Justice Department to do this. As Anna pointed out, obviously he actually appointed Christopher Wray. Some idiot was on TV today saying like, "Oh, I know who it was.
I wasn't sure that Trump was going to run, but you know what? Because of the raid, now he's going to run. Okay."
This is like what children do. Like
Yeah, I was going to give you the chocolate, but now that you said that mean thing, I ate it 20 minutes ago.
By the way, okay, so I guess that's what
That sounds like something Jen would do, actually.
Protection is if you want to commit crime. So just announce that you're going to run for president and then commit crimes. And if you get investigated for the crimes you're committing, you could just say that it was a politically motivated attack because you're a candidate.
Yeah.
And the deep state doesn't want you to run.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm scenario. When I ran for Congress, I just done like 17 bank robberies.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
Such an idiot.
I was running for office. I was running for office. Real loud, big man, Morrison. He's running for office. I was running for office. When you're an armed bank robbery, when you're running for office.
Oh, here it goes.
Running for office. I was running for office. Trump has committed like half a dozen obvious crimes. They're great. Running for office, kind of, maybe. Running for office. I was running for office. Great. Running for office, kind of, maybe. Running for office. I was running for office. Great. Running for office, kind of, maybe. Here's an ad out. Now to the ad. He at one point in the ad, he says,
When I was in office, we had high energy supplies.
I'm like, really? Because it doesn't look like it. I'm like, really? Because it doesn't look like it. Looks like you're running real low on energy in that ad. I mean, what was that long pause for? And I watched all 4 minutes of it. But I got jet lag. I nearly dozed off. I'm serious. I'm like Sleepy Trump.
It's a super low
I'm
energy
like
ad.
Sleepy
It's actually
Trump.
shocking how boring that ad
They're
is.
like repeating
I
the
know
Sleepy
why.
Joe thing
Because
to
the
him. Like,
scriptwriter wrote it, and you could see when he's doing it. They wanted him to say it to a crowd so that it was more exciting. But since they put it in a prompter,
Yeah.
Trump
Reads it really slow. He doesn't like to read from the prompter. He doesn't like to read at all. Okay?
So he's exciting when he's off the cuff and he's saying weirdo things and people laugh, right?
Yeah.
When they put it in the prompter, he's Sleepy Donald. So
Sleepy Donald.
they had this idea.
Just taking the whole sleepy
make
joking
an
and reversing
ad
on
out of
him. And he
something you
thinks
say to
that
the
that's like
crowd, and
a
it'll seem
slam
like you
dunk
were
or
really
something.
inspiring.
He doesn't like to read at all. Okay?
It's also kind of amazing how much Republican voters want to hear about how terrible America is.
Thank you. That was the other point I wanted to make.
We're a nation in decline. We're awful. Everything about us is terrible. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's too much.
That's literally what John was kind of leading on to, wasn't it?
I mean, there's two parts of that, right? One is like they all blame the left all the time, like, yeah, you hate America. And they'll be like, what?
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 Now, the second part of that
Yeah, yeah.
and he's like, you see how the American sucks?
Why is your face shaking? You sound like you were president.
I know. Be a little less time using your position of power to enrich yourself and funnel taxpayer money into your Trump property. Yeah. Spend more time fixing the problems that you purport to be concerned about. We
Boom,
won't
we'll
do
be
that.
independent instantly. Yeah, you want to do it?
Exactly.
Okay. In that pause, I was like, is he really going to say brain? Is he really going to say...
Now, what the Chinese know is that Donald J. Trump has a very, very large...
And then he didn't actually say brain. He said a brain.
Very, very large, a brain, okay? A brain up here, very mucho grando, okay?
See, but that's the exciting Trump. That's the funny Trump.
It is. Like,
it's so funny that they wrote that script for him to make it dramatic.
You're not winning with scripts, Trump. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. It's actually, look,
You're
I
not.
think it's more of an asset to be able to speak off the cuff and be entertaining.
They're
and
kind of
charismatic.
complimenting him
And
in
as much
this and
as
that.
you
They're not
might
there realizing
dislike
it.
him or hate him and
I
disagree
guess
with
they
him,
can't
as
help
we
it.
do,
They have to be honest
you gotta
and say
call
that
spade
at
a
that
spade.
point. You
Putting
call spade a
a
spade.
script in front of him is like putting him in shackles.
Yeah. You see,
I believe we are going to make a comeback.
Hey,
The slow motion clap.
oh, yeah,
Point.
yeah.
I love that they use
No.
that same shot several times in this 4-minute ad. Like,
Yeah. No. Get him off the prompter, man. Get him back onto his very, very large brain.
What are you pointing at? What's
Okay.
so good.
Donald J. Trump has a very, very large.
They're gonna bang it.
Okay. There's your anus right there. You see it? You see it?
Dad was my anus. Charlie Kirk, who is a Trump loyalist, of course, was furious that the FBI had raided Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago, and so he tweeted the following.
How many of the perverts
Where's
whose
my
names
anus?
in Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book have had their homes raided by the FBI since the Ghislaine Maxwell trial concluded? Well, Charlie,
I'm glad you asked.
so far, before the raid into Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence,
None of those people had been raided.
after Trump's raid,
One.
oh snap! Not too long ago, Trump was specifically asked about Ghislaine Maxwell. This was before the conclusion of the trial she was facing for her part in grooming underage girls to be abused by Jeffrey Epstein.
And here's how Trump reacted to news of that trial.
Don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly.
I wish her well.
I wish her well.
Trump said at the time. So
Literally the biggest groomer in American history.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
And Republicans look at that and go,
oh yeah, he's the one protecting us.
So like the mainstream media would be like,
Oh my God, if they raided Bill Clinton, that would be outrageous, okay?
but Donald Trump, that makes sense. No, I don't. If there had evidence related to Epstein about Bill Clinton or Donald Trump, go get him.
raids for everybody.
Yes. Why? Why are we protecting these people?
Listen, there is nothing more liberating than untethering yourself. Untethering
yourself
from unwavering loyalty to a specific politician or to a specific political party.
Untether yourself.
Yeah. So and right wingers, you're always talking about freedom.
Red pill versus blue pill. Oh, we know, man. We know what's going on.
You should investigate everybody else on Epstein's list, but not our beloved Trump. He clearly knew, but don't investigate our beloved Trump. Why? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And it's because you're all blinded by partisanship. Anna's 100% right.
Untether yourself.
Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, whose husband showed his
penis
to
minors
in the middle of a busy bar while he was with Lauren Boebert's stepfather, decided to use TYT as an avenue in which she could attack Joe Biden. But she did it in a fascinating way. So let's take a look. Here's the tweet.
Even the Young Turks, the most brain-dead liberals,
I didn't have trouble getting my high school diploma.
with the ability to live stream, know that Biden's victory lap on gas prices is absolute bullcrap.
And that's right. Gas prices are super high, still high, even though they've been coming down. You credit where credit is due. But is the credit meant for Joe Biden?
What a stupid son of a bitch.
It's a little complicated. I try to talk a little slowly. So,
Lauren Boebert, who had difficulty in getting her GED, can understand what I'm talking about.
but call us brain dead.
We're something called honest.
Sure
we're
you
something
are.
called honest. So that's why we criticize Democrats all the time, and that's why we criticize Republicans all the time, because there's a lot to criticize. And we have an honest critique of the Biden administration. In fact, if you watch the show, there's tons and tons of that. Democrats complain nonstop about how much we criticize establishment Democratic leadership, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, etc., because we're honest. Okay, but unlike like the fake left wing, like the Tulsi Gabbards, Glenn Greenwalds, etc., we also
criticize the right wing.
Like Donald Trump can never do anything wrong. Really? Everybody else can lie, but Donald Trump can't lie? Idiots like
Really?
Lauren Boebert believe that. They're like,
Oh, yeah, that's a liar. Trump, oh, innocent. Perfectly innocent Donald Trump says the truth every time.
you have to be incredibly stupid to believe that. Really, like, record-breaking.
It's a little complicated. I try to talk a little slowly.
All right, and the other thing is, to Anna's point, we're consistent.
It's like Jabba the Hutt.
You know, we've talked about this on the show for 20 years now.
If we had taken classified documents out of the White House
and we stashed it at home,
you think we would to get a subpoena 2 months ago.
Then we stashed it at home.
Asking us politely to hand over the documents.
And we stashed it at home.
Oh shit, that almost
And
fell
before
on.
the raid happened,
No, they would raid us immediately. No, they would raid us immediately.
there would be no discussion. We'd already be in prison.
No, they would raid us immediately.
Press is supposed to hold people in positions of power accountable. They're supposed to speak truth to power.
No, they would raid us
Not gonna work
immediately.
either.
Two different kinds of people in the world.
Bitches for the elite.
And then people who actually want to...
Bitches.
People who actually want...
Bitches?
A fair
Bitches?
and honest and just society. That's the reality here. Now, what am I talking about when I say...
Bitches for the elite.
Lauren Boebert
Bitches
happens to be
for
one of
the
them.
elite.
Yeah, I said it.
Bitches for the elite.
Yeah, so listen.
Notice that the right wing never has a problem with the FBI when they're raining terror on ordinary Americans.
Like Muslim students. They infiltrated student organizations that had Muslim students in them. Okay, with no like real probable cause or anything. He's like, oh, they're Muslims. Oh, they're Muslims. Oh, they're Muslim, and 9/11 happened, and like let's just infiltrate Muslim groups. Why not? Oh, they're Muslims. Oh, they're Muslims. Oh, they're Muslims. No problem when you have the intelligence community working to orchestrate coups of democratically elected leaders in other countries. No, when they talk about going after the FBI, understand that it's not because they want to criticize it for raining terror on ordinary people. It's just that they want the FBI
to work for them.
That's really what's going on here.
Yeah, so a couple points on that.
Oh, shit.
Her voters don't want the truth. They don't care, hey, did Donald Trump really hide national security documents and classified documents?
Why is he hiding them? Why won't he tell us what's in the warrant?
They don't care about that. They just think Trump's my guy. I don't want you to prosecute him.
To work for them.
That's kind of what the Gestapo would do. And so, but they just don't care about that. And look, about the warrantless wiretapping. Let's talk about that for a second. That targeted real Americans, right? We know for a fact that George W. Bush, a Republican president, did it. And every Republican at the time was like,
No, it was awesome. You have to spy on Americans, real Americans that have no power.
Oh, no.
That, right?
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 And to be fair to those guys, they assume that about us because that's what mainstream media does. They cover for Obama.
Obama.
Really?
I can't believe he said
Bitches for the
Obama.
elite.
Oh shit, Andy Worski getting knocked out. Punch out style, Blast Joe style.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London police
Oh my god, I totally forgot about this.
At my
The
home.
Keffels thing.
That was a
Forgot she even
popular
existed.
transgender Twitch streamer by the name of Keffels, and she was swatted.
She was swatted.
By right-wing bigots who have been targeting her.
By right-wing bigots who have been targeting her.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some citation there.
Now, I don't want to put words in her mouth. I think it's important to hear from her. So let's take a listen to another portion of this video. So let's discuss why Clara Sorrenti, and that's her real name, is being targeted. It's because she uses her platform
That's her
on
real
Twitch
name.
To fight for transgender rights.
And she has been targeted relentlessly by right-wingers who hate her, who hate watch her, who follow her every move.
In this case, she had already reported that she'd been swatted multiple times to the police, and her brother, she explained in the video, asked the police, "Hey, can you put us on a list of people who get swatted regularly?"
And
the
they
cops
said,
laughed at that.
yeah, and they said no because we have to check every time. Because what if
whatever.
And then they
something
get
actually is
swatted,
happening
and
to
then they
you?
go ruin their lives.
Yeah,
and
right,
so,
sure, yeah, whatever.
are they going to do as serious an investigation of the swatter
Because there's no winning here.
Because the right-wing monsters have been unleashed.
There's no winning. Oh yeah, I remember this. That took me a while to do that. To put the little red hats on all the creatures.
And so, by the way, almost no one on the right wing ever gets swatted.
No one on the right wing ever gets swatted. I bet that's
maybe
not true.
Temple.
Yeah.
So she's
Yeah,
very
right.
brave.
Temple gets swatted all the
God
time.
bless her for doing it. And to the look, 90% of what right wingers say are lies. So that's why I say maybe Tim Pool got swatted. But all right,
He doesn't even believe that Temple got swatted, even though it's happened live.
While he was live on
Yeah,
it.
and they're calling him out.
Let's assume this is in the 10%.
And then being like, you know, he got swatted live on air.
And it sounds credible, okay? Of course that's terrible. Of course it is. But the left wing are generally speaking,
except for apparently that clown.
Yeah, but nobody's saying that it wasn't
decent human
terrible
beings who
that
want us to
Kessels
get
got
along.
swatted. Nobody
The
ever
right
said
wing
that.
think violence is the
That
answer.
was
Punching
never
Nazis,
something a right winger
And
said.
wouldn't it be funny if they
What
got murdered by
anybody
the cops? That'd be so funny.
The problem is where she lives in Ontario, they don't have laws against swatting.
Well, dude, don't be an idiot. Don't you have laws?
And I'm saying that to the cops.
Don't you have laws for reporting false crimes? You don't have that law? Oh, so we can just say, hey, you know, the sheriff in that town or the local. You don't have that law?
You don't have that law?
You don't have any laws. You don't have that law? Of course you have a law. You can use that law. You just want to do it.
You don't have that law? Hey, hey, hey.
Laws where you're oppressing her. You don't have that law. So what? Hey, you have a lot of laws where you're
I just
oppressing
wah ha ha ha. What does that mean? Wah ha 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 ha.
You're helping the cause. Wake up. You don't have that law? And do something about it before somebody gets hurt.
You don't have that law?
Wake up.
Now, less than 2 weeks after the incident,
Right-wing bigots. Progressives look for justice in many different issues, on issues that you've all heard about. For example, when unarmed black men are killed, or unarmed black children are killed, like Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old, was killed in 2 seconds flat. In Ohio, we seek justice for those things. The right wing, on the other hand, go,
Oh, that's a trans person. It's an opportunity to hate her, harass her, and maybe get her killed. Let's have fun. Let's do that.
The right wing is just driven by hate.
Driven by
so they're like, oh, you're different than us, so obviously we hate you, and we're going to try to harass you for the rest of your life.
What? What are you talking about?
You're Muslim, you're trans, you're on the left.
You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out.
We hate you, we hate you, we hate you. It's driven by hate.
but look, the thing that gets me about all of this, right, is imagine being such an insecure loser that you get this worked up over someone who just has a lifestyle that you don't like.
Plenty of people out there do things I don't like.
But I also have a life.
The idea of spending
It's funny because her job is basically bitching about things that she doesn't like.
Can demonize them, scare them, send them pizzas. If you guys want to get laid, this ain't it.
Okay.
Spending all your time being an pathetic, insecure loser who goes after transgender streamers, this ain't it. So if any of these people are self-described incels, you're an incel for a reason.
No one wants to sleep with a guy who does this kind of stuff.
Oh, no, you don't know how tough and awesome I am. I found a random streamer, and I targeted her for hate, and I nearly got her killed.
Who's going to be excited by that other than your fellow incel? No woman is going to find that attractive. They're going to find it absolutely gross. This is the stuff that people on the left have to deal with all the time. That's why I get honestly
People on the left.
annoyed.
Nobody on the right ever has to deal with anything like
it for
this.
like a second.
Did anybody know what's going out there on the internet? Oh my God.
And of course, the cops couldn't care less.
You guys want to get laid?
It's a story of courage and heroism, of heart-pounding suspense.
Here's a dark Brandon. Reaction after the White House tries to rebrand the president. Cringe taken to
Dark Brandon, oh no.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Never thought I would agree with Faulkner, but I definitely
Alright,
agree.
we'll finish the
This
stream
is
after this,
pretty
and it's
cringy.
probably the final segment.
Now, the Dark Brandon meme, again, was
we'll
originally
continue from
an
15,
internet
I guess,
meme
next time.
intended to make fun of Joe Biden, but now
Joe
it's being
Biden.
used to celebrate him. It's cringy no matter what. Please stop doing it. The only time it's not cringy is when it's being used ironically.
No, that's what I was going to say. To be fair, when they started Dark Brandon, it was actually really funny because it was like Biden was going to put an end to all the
malarkey.
People are now unironically loving Dark Brandon. Dark Brandon's an ass kicker and doesn't care about anything, and will break the rules to go punish Republicans, right? And to fight back and to get things done. The reason why it's popular is because Joe Biden
doesn't do any of that stuff.
But Dark Brandon laserized it with his courage.
That's how tough Dark Brandon is.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, we need to have higher expectations. That's all I'm saying. Like, we need to have some standards here. That's the thing that's, like, really getting to me when it comes to voters on both sides. Like, the insanely low standards. We're not winning with these low standards. Must have higher standards.
Okay.
Would you let your daughter date this Dark Brandon character?
What a weird... Is that what we're worried about? That your daughter's going to go out with no malarkey Dark Brandon?
I'm just trying to communicate this in a more personal way, right? Because I think people are like actually a little detached from what's going on in the country because they see it as like a sporting event.
Yeah.
Politics is just a sporting event, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, this isn't a sporting event. These are people who make decisions that literally impact our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
So have better standards.
Yeah.
Higher. Aim higher.
So just be real.
Yeah,
on
aim
the
for the
upsides and
standard of
downsides.
TYT.
But that bill that everybody's going
Historic bill. The lowering inflation and debt and every other thing, and we're the champions of the world bill, right?
It's 5% change. It's the same 5% we always get. If that's what Dark Brandon is, he's going to have to get a lot darker.
I mean, would a kick-ass politician not know how to pronounce the name of his HHS secretary who he appointed himself?
Hell yeah.
He keeps calling him Javier Baccaria. I'm not kidding.
Why? You know why? Because that's what Dark Brandon would do. Dark Brandon doesn't say your name right. He says it wrong on purpose.
That's right. Baccaria.
Oh, I know where Dark Brandon, I know his origin story. He once
Met a guy named Corn Pop. And he turned him into Dark Brandon. He wrapped this metal chain around his arm. And he said, Corn Pop, you better get out of here, huh? And then he went,
Dark Brandon's an ass.
God.
I was going to put him.
Okay.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, let me save it here. Oh, hell yeah. I got the beats. Alright guys, I'll end it there. We'll start from here next time.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming guys.